Surprise! Good evening, one and all. Substituting tonight for the great Tom Connors Jr. is Mexican Iron Man. I am holding the chair, holding the command center for the great Tom Connors. And of course, we are joined by and hosted by the amazing, from what I hear, the producer amongst all producers, Reina Creole. I know that when your name comes up from the boys, Andre and Tom, and they ever talk about the greatest producer ever, it's the Reina Creole, which means that you're my mentor. You're my, you can be my spiritual spirit. What do they call it? Spirit animal, spirit producer animal.
Ooh, I like that.
And of course, we are joined by.
Hello, everybody.
Yum, yum. How are the two of you ladies doing? Oh, wait, there's more.
It's Nina!
Hi.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We're just getting the party started and throwing.
Nina came screeching into the show here. She was fighting everybody in the chat. She was fighting traffic. She was hitting every red light.
Yep.
She's like fighting the hot sun, air conditioning in the car.
It was stormy today. That's why there was like so much traffic, because I feel like all the Mexicans can't drive in the rain. Sorry, Mexican Iron Man, but it's true.
You know what? What is it about people in the Caribbean who just cannot drive for crap? Because then they're over here in Florida, and I swear to God, I see some people driving around. I was like, dude, we're not in the Dominican Republic, okay? We're not, right?
Yeah, it's totally like that, because here too, the weird part is that Mexican construction, especially in Cancun, is a little bit like third world, but it's more than that, because it's short-sighted. Like, they don't see that if they put some drainage once in a while when there's monsoon rains and it's like a massive amount of, just puddles everywhere, that it would actually help them and not, hinder them, because after every rain they have to fill the potholes. Like,
are you serious?
Every freaking rain there's potholes right after it, and you're like, okay, well, if you put some drainage, this won't happen. But hi everybody, good to see you. Lorena, you look fucking amazing. I love your little headband.
Thank you. It's Iron Man, actually.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh my God, I love it. You look, I don't know why, but it looks like you're a kitty cat, because like from here it looks like there's two triangles, so it looks like a little.
Oh yeah, that's because that's where the mask
yeah. It's so funny. You look fantastic, Mexican Iron Man. You look as Mexican as ever, and of course, Tom. Hi.
Hey, Tom.
Hi.
Hey, wait a minute. Tom's here. Yay!
I am.
How you doing? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I sure.
I got a new chair that lights up, you guys.
Oh wow, that's so neat.
Look at it changes colors.
So cool.
Oh wow.
Right? Wow.
We're going with pink tonight.
There we go. That is gorgeous.
Well, I think there's only one fair thing to do, is that Tom and Nina go talk married and dad stuff on the right. Okay. I'll take Reina and RRM and we'll go to the champagne room.
Why do I gotta hold up? Time out. You actually have a kid that's still not an adult. I have an adult kid. So how does Isaac get shoved over in this other thing?
Oh my God, such a party killer, Tom. Tom, you're killing
well, I'm talking about killing a party. What's up with that hat?
Tom, what? Fuck you, Tom. I was about to back you up, and then you fucking commented.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about Mike.
Oh. What is that?
My sister's
fucking Star Wars Celebration hat.
My sister, I gave my tickets to my sister, and she went to Celebration, and she sent me this hat as a gift.
Feeding the enemy.
Banned.
Oh my God! I bought those tickets like 2 years ago, and they rolled forward like 2 years in a row.
Oh.
I don't believe you.
Get your money's worth, baby. Get your money's worth.
Can I just say one more thing before we start the show?
Sure.
I fucking love Toxic Femme and Midnight's Edge. I love this show. I can't wait to talk about all the stuff we're talking about. And I just love you guys. That's all.
Oh,
I'm not drunk.
I was just going to say, are you drunk? But she re-answered my question. So.
I'm on caffeine. This is
Oh,
it's
caffeine.
another form of drug, but you know.
It's kind of like cocaine.
You know, it's funny. Every Monday when when I'm thinking about what the heck am I gonna do with the show. Because sometimes I'm in such weird situations. It's like I'm either out by the pool trying to eat lunch, or like today I'm at Epcot in Gardens of Galaxy. Like, let's see, what are we gonna do? It's cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. Love this show. Love you, ladies. Love you guys, Mike and Tom,
I feel
and
the same
Andre.
way about you guys too.
Oh no! Yay, we're loved, Tom.
Oh, it's the love shack.
Don't
baby.
feed his ego too much. He'll take advantage of the situation. Oh my God.
But that's okay.
I knew this was a mistake.
What? This is
No,
my
I
first time
love
on
it.
them.
I love
I'm going to
it.
have to create an HR department tonight just for Mike.
By the way, Tom, I feel like Mike put you in the cool kids club because I'm so cool.
Well,
we're gonna have just so much fun.
I'd rather go to the champagne room, but Chris Rock says there's no sex in the champagne room.
He did say that.
None.
He did.
Oh,
Oh,
you want sex, but there is no sex in the champagne
Champagne
room.
room.
Well, I don't know if
None.
I trust Chris Rock on that one. He got bitch slapped by,
I feel like Chris Rock didn't pay enough because you can get sex in the champagne room.
Yeah,
you got a
everything
point there. It
is-
might just be because he's Chris Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how thick your wallet is.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's right. Oh boy, is this that kind of show?
Yeah, I was telling
This
Raina
is that
before the
kind of
show
show
that-
already.
Gotta make
Yeah.
scenes.
I,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
normal.
gonna be that
I'm
kind.
normally. I was telling Raina before the show. I'm normally 5'10", but if I stand on my wallet, I'm 6'4".
See?
Dude, your wallet is like George Costanza when he had like all the fucking receipts in there and it like exploded. That's your wallet.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
Did everybody get the introductions already? Or are we still in the midst of that?
Oh yeah, no, we did all the intros.
Okay.
Did
Do we
we
get
or
this?
Oh wait, I have one more thing to say about intros. I'm sorry.
No, what's up? What's up?
So I made a video on Ezra Miller, and it's been completely shadow banned. It's they've wiped views from it. It's like a whole thing. So go to my channel and watch, like, and share the video because it's definitely a hot button topic. I talk about a lot of weird issues with Ezra Miller, the history of why he's, why he's in the way that he is. So maybe it'll add some pieces of the puzzle. And I think they don't want that kind of information out there. So please go check it out. Go check it out and share it with someone that's not in the community. Cause you know how that
I thought you did a good job on
Sharing
that
is
video.
caring.
I saw the video. I thought you did a really good job. It was well scripted, and I like the video cuts, the edits. I mean, I thought it was a really great video. So yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
All right,
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Yes.
Yep, you did a
Please
great
do
job
check
on that.
in this video.
Someone, Max Mercer says, who's this Nina person? I've never heard of her before. I guess
What?
this is your first time on Toxic Femme because I'm here
Let's-
every week on
Yeah.
Monday.
Kind of new, but welcome. Welcome.
Yeah.
you.
Welcome. And welcome to like over 300 of you guys here
Wow.
all ready to start the show. So thank you so much. Hit that like button and share the stream out.
I'm gonna go in the back and start hunting and keeping track of super chats.
Okay,
Ooh,
thanks, man.
thank you. Do we have, I think we have some, do we have some already? We have some already to start.
Mhm.
So let's see. Why don't we go ahead? First of all, we have a $5 super chat from Willie Woodward, who says, hello, lovely ladies. Hey,
Willie.
magnanimous Mexican Iron Man and Tom. Hey there, chat. Check out these ladies' channels. Okay, enough simping from me. Oh, we love you, Willie. So thanks so much for that super chat. We sure
We
do
love the
appreciate
sip,
that.
Willie.
Thank you, Willie.
Yes,
Sip.
we love it. And the next one, let's see, Super Sucker. Whose turn is it? Who do we want to go?
I
for?
don't know.
Where are we gonna go? Left. Go. We'll go there.
I'm going into the to find out what it is.
Yeah, I can't go back far enough to see.
Let's see. It is scrolling up. Wait, no, up, down. I swear I cannot find your super sticker, Nicholas.
I'm gonna pretend that it is a stripper on a stripper pole giving kisses to a little Shiba dog.
It
How's
is
that?
a Shiba dog, or a kitten with hearts. Hearts are flying.
Oh,
left
the
and right.
farting hearts.
Yeah, the farting
farting
hearts.
hearts.
Yep,
It
yep.
smells like sweet tarts. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Right.
Because you know I love that avatar. Love that
Oh,
avatar.
Cute. And then we got one here for, I believe it's Nina's turn.
Yes, it is
Ooh,
Nina.
okay.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
my dear.
What was it? Okay. The Walt
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. You know it's bad when LGBTQ I can say this right. I'm not Trudeau.
Try
I
it
can
again.
say it. The Skittles Nation community
That's
has
right. There you go.
stopped using Ezra's pronouns, and now the Lightyear Salt excuses told in. Hey, you know what? It's the funniest thing is like there's some people on the comment section on my video commenting about the pronouns usage because my video is scripted and I had a really hard time as an English major going with the they them pronouns because it just actually messes me up. Like when I do that instead of plural, him, he, the correct grammar. So that was really difficult to do. And so at first, like in my intro, I'm kind of going like he, but then I mix in the they once in a while. So like they want to get mad at me in the comments, but at the same time, they're like, well, wait a minute, like you tried, but why can't you go all the way and just do that? And I'm ignoring the comments, but it's just funny. And then they're kind of having this dichotomy because they're like, you should respect the pronouns, but at the same time, it doesn't take away from the monster that he is now. And like, we should point this out because he's doing bad for the community and like all this stuff. So it's very interesting. It's
You're better than
very
me because
interesting.
I'm like, I just call him he and y'all just going to have to deal with it. Whatever.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm going to call it me.
Whatever.
Whatever's.
Let's see. We have a member chat from
Yeah.
Lugnuts. Thank you so very
Thanks,
much, my dear.
Lugnuts.
Hold on a second. I'm going to back up because there's one from the Tweaky Kid, actually. So the
As
Tweaky
well, yes.
Kid has been a member for 15 months as a midnighter. So thank you so very much for that. And Lugnuts has been a member for 12 months at the midnighter
Happy
level. So
birthday.
thank you guys
Aw.
so very much for supporting the channel.
So sweet.
Absolutely.
So sweet.
You guys help keep the lights on and buy Mike and I tacos.
There you go.
Hey-o.
That's right. And Aiken sent us a super sticker as well here.
Woo.
And it is a
It's gotta be a Shiba Inu.
It's
I
a
know
Shiba?
How's
it.
it going?
I know it.
Thank
little how's
you,
it going
Mike.
sticker. Thank you.
So
Aw,
cute.
is
I
it?
love it.
Aw.
I love it.
And
Looks
he
like the
pops
picture
out
is
quicker than
Shiba.
I do. Look at that shit.
That's what she said. Oh no.
Jeez.
Oh.
I didn't even get back on the screen and he's gone.
Wait, whose
Let's
turn is it on
see.
this
I think
one?
it's Burton's turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did mine. Okay.
Yes, the last millennial for $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, the last millennial. Tom, admit it. Feige has lived long enough to be the villain now. Marvel will not be as good until that guy is gone and we put Script or Cameron in charge.
Yeah, I mean,
Or anyone with some passion.
I don't know if he's lived so long enough to be the villain as it is they've allowed what's her face to come in and be the villain. God, I can't think of her name. Alonzo.
Happy?
Victoria Alonso.
Alonso. Yeah, I'd have to agree. It seems
She'd
like
be the person to really, go ahead. Sorry,
yeah, it seems
Lena.
like Kevin Feige, he's kind of more like a figurehead as opposed to being his hands in it, creative. And
not like he used to be anymore.
Yeah, not like he used to be, because he used to run that ship really, really tight. And you see them kind of like pushing him more and more as just being the face and the creative figurehead of Marvel and letting someone else take over.
I don't know if he's been like corrupted or like I don't know about all this stuff. I think that he's just himself, and I think he's a cuck. I think they all are. So they're just.
I want to say, if it's like corporate America, which can happen, you can go from being the developer that always has your hands in everything to the point where it's like you're so good they want to bump you up as the face man, so you can't get into the weeds like like you used to.
Sure.
And you have people taking over for you that have nowhere near the amount of knowledge
Well,
and passion,
that's
but your
just
name
it.
and your face is the currency. So
Because they kind of created a position for Victoria, right, that didn't exist before, and that usually means one of two things. So in this
Diversity
case,
hire or
well, they're either trying to give you something to do so you stay the fuck out of the way,
yeah,
and you're too important to fire. But Victoria is not one of those kind of people. What they're doing is positioning her. They're getting her ready to take over his role, is what they're doing. And I'm curious what Arum has to say about this too. But yeah.
Yeah, excuse me. I think that he's run into trouble and he won't admit that he's having difficulty. That's what I think. I think he's had a good run. And then now that he's having difficulty, he doesn't want to kind of, say, well, maybe that is a bad idea and maybe we shouldn't do that show. I understand he has a plan and the phase is important and everything, but sometimes if something doesn't work, it's okay to say, I'm not going to do it.
You might be right, Arum, but he also did admit in public that he underestimated Bob Chapek. So maybe he's learning some lessons along the way too. So we'll have to see. I mean, he arguably is the most powerful producer in Hollywood. That still hasn't changed. And with that, if I were him, at least my personal point of view, I would have went out on top with Endgame, and I would have went looking for another job at that point and seen what other, frontiers I could conquer as the most successful producer in Hollywood. He was, and he still is, technically. The only person who's probably remotely close, believe it or not, is Kathleen Kennedy. So,
and he's actually, a more of an actual creative as opposed to Kathleen Kennedy. But the other thing to kind of bring up is when, Infinity War, when Endgame came up, then of course we had eventually the pandemic kick off, and that's when they started pushing all this Marvel stuff to Disney Plus instead. So we probably thought, maybe I can do something here. And they're just like, nah, we just need to keep you as the face. We'll bring somebody
I think it got spread too thin. You might be right.
I would agree. Yeah.
Well, we'll have yet to see with the Lord Stolen Thunder and Thor Love Stolen Thunder and all that crap. Naked Thor and
Naked Thor.
Lord Almighty. That's all I keep thinking is I can't deal with this no more.
Tom, did I hear that someone wanted to see a naked Mexican Iron Thor?
Yes, they do. Get going.
Okay. All right, ladies. I'll be in the champagne room. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
They want you to hop on camera.
I'm only going to wait till 2 a.m. Okay, so that's only the next 6 hours.
He'll be there all night.
Okay.
He says that, but he'll be there all night.
Okay.
He's just trying to make you think he's like, he's not going to wait forever, but he will. Don't let him fool you.
Okay.
And then we got
No
a
comment.
super sticker from Jesus Davila here. I don't know whose turn this is.
Let's see, from Jesus Sevilla. Let's see. There's a $2 super sticker. Thank you so very much. It's the game controller. It says thumbs up. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Smash the like.
Yes, please do
Indeed.
smash that like.
And then we got one from Last Millennial, who might be the last one before I hop in the back and let you ladies do your thing.
Last Millennial for $1.99. Thank you so much. Says if he was a real man, he wouldn't let her do that. See, that's what I mean by he's a cuck, because he's just like, whatever, like I'll just sit around and everybody can do whatever they want while I just, get on my knees, whatever.
Here's kind of okay. I'm gonna push back on this a little bit. If he's a real man, he wouldn't let her do that. Well, let's put it this way: if he was actually supposedly doing his job the way that he wanted to, there was an opening for her to come in. So I don't think it's a matter of him letting her at all. You have people above them saying that you are gonna let this person in here. That's how that works.
You said let them in.
I know. I was like, please. I was just trying to control myself.
But I saw the bubble above your head, Nina, and I said,
Now all I can think about is it's only 3 more days till Beavis and Butthead.
I can't wait for that.
Wait, what? 3 more days till what?
Beavis and Butthead return.
Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
No.
On Paramount Plus, girl. Yeah.
Nice.
There's a movie dropping, and then they're remastering the series, and then there's a new series picking up after the movie this fall.
Wow, that's a lot of Beavis and Butthead.
We're even getting the music videos and stuff supposedly, so We'll see how that rolls.
Wow.
I
Hopefully
hope
they
they
won't censor
trash like
anything.
the new freaking like music videos. That'd be so great. I hate all the
God,
new
the
music
new ones
videos.
are crap.
Yeah.
This video's crap.
What the hell's a Lady Gaga?
Wow. Who's this Weekend dude?
This is Cardi B.
Megan 3
Hey,
Spots
Beavis,
Stallion?
you want to date Lizzo? No. No.
I like WAP too.
I'm just waiting for the great cornholio segment. That's all.
I am the great Cornholio.
I can see them dancing to one of Lizzo's songs too.
I'm a gringo. You'll give me
I can't see that. If they like it, they really dance.
Check my dance. Feels good.
Although I really do hope they drop something about mumble rap. Really.
Mumble rap?
Yes.
What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is.
Oh
Oh, the
God.
mumble rap is when those
Yeah.
guys sound so lazy they don't even have time to rap. It's like,
Yeah. They don't even spit
I'm
like
here singing
actual
in a
lyrics.
song.
You know?
I can't sing too long.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I might
slow.
pass out before the end of the song.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
this
know
slow
what I'm
stuff that I
doing
never
wrong.
listen to anymore. I also
Wanna-
hope that they
oh,
make fun of
oh.
auto tune. That would be great.
Oh God, yeah.
I think is next.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Cult Seaman. Hello, Cult Seaman. For a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Cult
She gets really
Seaman.
excited saying your name.
Yeah, I see that.
Colt Seaman says, "Oh crap! I just dropped my nachos on the floor.
Aw.
nachos.
Oh no.
Don't let me interrupt the convo. I'll still listen while I clean up and not pull a Ryan and start eating food from the floor.
You can eat it off the floor. Just don't make sure you don't scrape the floor. You can the top
3-second
layer.
rule.
The
3-second
top
rule.
layer.
No, don't
Just-
listen to Tom.
No, we don't eat more food.
Tom at all.
Just smell
Ew.
plastic down.
What kind of floor are we talking? Carpet or if it's hardwood, you're good. You're good
Oh,
if it's
hey,
He
hardwood.
said something else to you, Tom, but I
Hey.
didn't read the rest of the
Phrasing.
part to you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did
says-
jump ahead.
Yeah, he says something to you, Tom, right?
He did. I did jump off that
That's
one too
okay.
soon. There we go.
He says something
He
like,
says,
"Oh, hail and love you all. Love
yes.
you all. Love
Love
you
you.
all."
Thank
you, Colt
you.
Steven.
Thank you.
if you got a hardwood floor, just go ahead and eat it. It's just like a plate.
Hi, Rave Girl.
No, it isn't.
No.
No, it isn't.
No. Rave Girl. I love that. For $4.99. Thank you so much, my dear.
Girl.
Now we need lights.
I have lights.
Someone has to have a whistle, like in White Girl. Where's Latrell? The dance floor.
Oh no, hold on. I have lights. 1 second. I'm gonna turn on my rave lights while you guys read the
Okay.
super chat.
So she says, "Hi all."
Hi.
Yes, hello.
Sorry.
No worries. Lightyear was a huge blow. Even Disney's favorite publications can't spin it. What is going on at the Disney offices after the weekend flop? You know what? They're probably going to try it again with something like that. This was a movie that no one asked for. And even if they were going to do it, they didn't have Tim Allen's voice as Buzz Lightyear. They didn't have it. So there wasn't that link, and it wasn't really in the vein of the Toy Story movies, because we saw a little bit of like the Buzz Lightyear show that it was based on in Toy Story. You also had the video game. Now that would have been cool too. They had the video game that Rex was playing in number 2. So right now, Pixar is not what it used to be. The talent that was Pixar left the door when John Lasseter got kicked out. So they're gone. So chances are they're gonna try it again. They're gonna try something else that's crap again and keep throwing money at it, because that's the agenda. That is where they want to go. So at the first time you don't succeed, keep freaking doing it.
And the Toy Story, that whole line of stories were light, fun stories. Light, fun, entertainment. Family appropriate, doesn't matter what family you have, doesn't matter what age you are. It was light, fun entertainment. Light.
Yeah, toy
All
peril,
I'm
you
gonna
know.
say about it. It was fun. You didn't feel weighed down after watching it by any kind of predicament whatsoever. I mean, and I think they've kind of veered a little bit away from that for no reason. We need more fun light things. We need things that are going to be cute and adorable, and come on.
Mhm. Yeah, and someone said in the chat, yes, the fact that he's at Skydance, Brad Bird's at Skydance, another one, I'm forgetting his name,
Who's
another
that?
Brad Bird, he was a director. He directed
The
The Incredibles,
Incredibles, and he came from The
Oh,
Simpsons and all
other
that
ones.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, a bunch of the animators jumped ship from Disney over to Pixar when they lost Lasseter. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what
Skydance.
or Skydance. That's what I meant.
they
Yeah.
went to Skydance.
It'll be interesting to see what they're able to come up with over there in comparison to how downhill Pixar's gone.
I heard it sucked. Like,
and I gotta imagine this is one of their worst openings in years, percentage wise. Now,
It is.
Granted, like I'm sure some of the older movies opened lower than this, but if you're talking about inflation and this, considering how this should have opened, and they were banking on it opening in that $100 some million range originally, and they kept downgrading it. And the fact that Top Gun almost beat it, or came close enough to beating it, that says a lot.
And Jurassic Park beat it.
Well, that's just they thought they were going to do some counter programming and be smart. But in this case, I don't think they did, because this movie, the kids loved it. Jurassic World, that is. Because when I went to see it in IMAX 3D, almost half the audience was kids, like in that 10-year-old range.
Yeah,
and they
you got
fucking
dinosaurs
loved it.
stomping stuff.
Exactly. There was so many reactions. Like, it's one of the few movies I've had reactions out of the audience since like Endgame, where people were getting involved in the movie, like, and you had adults going and gasping and stuff in certain scenes, but the kids are just like, yeah, and freaking out when the dinosaurs are happening. They're loving it. See, I'm going along with the kids. It was all the kids and me.
I think the last movie I saw that had a lot of reaction was Spider-Man Far From Home.
That one did too. Actually, now you take that back. That one did too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That one did.
Especially a couple of scenes, yeah.
In my theater, most of the reaction was coming from me, but
oh, really?
Yeah.
I must have went through the nerd showing, because we were like in the middle row with like the railing, and there were parts where they were like getting up and jumping up and down, and
I was that girl, and like all the people in my theater were kind of like staring at me, and I'm like, it's 3 fucking Spider-Mans.
Oh my god, you should have been in my theater. We were like all high-fiving and everything. It was fun. It was fun.
I didn't care.
Man.
Well, the one scene that stuck out, it was they've shown it in a bunch of the previews, where you got Chris Pratt's on these motorcycle and he's being chased by 2 different raptors. And he's driving through the town.
Yeah.
Well, they go to this square where there's like a bunch of people around, and all of a sudden these dinosaurs come in, and this one dude on like a Segway gets just chomped by it and just completely obliterated. And so you had every adult in the audience going, gasping and freaking out, and every kid's going, yeah, and me. So it's a bunch of kids and me going, yeah.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Everybody else is just like, oh my God, and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, well, I never.
That's funny.
And all the kids and I are cheering. So we're just like, yes, this is what we came for.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you go to the freaking movies to see a dinosaur movie.
Popcorn and movies, circus and bread.
Yeah, we're going to see like humans get chomped by dinosaurs. That's
exactly. It's like, which dinosaur is your favorite? Which one are you rooting for? I'm always Team
Rexy.
Raptor.
Oh, the Raptors are cool though. This one, they've got
the
a couple different Raptors in it, but of course Blue is in it too. But yeah,
I still
Baby
didn't
Blue.
see the last one, so I don't know if I'm gonna see this one.
The last one's the worst of the bunch, unfortunately. And
it is. It's horrible.
What's wrong with this one is carried over from the last one, but this one also it at least tries to make up for some of that while also making some of its own new problems. But it's
So you saw this one, Tom?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah. Like I said, in the theater, everybody was reacting to it, and
you like this one better than the last one?
Oh hell yeah.
The last one was ass. Let's put it this way. I have the 5, like all the Jurassic Park movies, of course, except for this one, on DVD. That's the one DVD I refuse to ever play again.
Wow.
Let's put it this way. We're in a second movie called Jurassic World, and it takes place in a mansion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This movie has a similar issue, but not the same.
Would you recommend going to this one if you haven't seen that one and you don't want to see that one?
No, you'll be completely fucking lost.
Oh.
because
sad.
this unfortunately, like I said, the problems with the movie is it's drugged down by the previous film, but then it builds upon that with the older classic characters to where there's stuff that by the time it's probably one of the best of the sequels, but it's still not saying much considering, like, unfortunately it has a plot line that it's like, okay, if we had like a series of 9 movies called Jurassic World, this feels like it'd be Jurassic World 7. You know what I mean? Like, you've gotten to that point where the world has already been taken over by dinosaurs for quite a few movies. And the problem they're dealing with in this movie feels like it'd be a problem that'd be way down the line. They kind of gloss over a lot of the world just kind of dealing with dinosaurs and humans living together for a while. Because it kind of picks up a couple years after the last movie, that is. And in the last movie, they kind of... It's Universal.
Right? Universal, that's right.
Yeah.
And in the last film, they kind of got free, so like all the dinosaurs are like just all over the world, and you're just sitting here thinking in the beginning of the movie, this is cool, and this is what I've been waiting for, but I know the military would love to go after some of these guys, like, you at least got to set up some kind of precedent here, and they do a little bit, but it's just kind of like, you got to shut your brain way off kind of movie.
What's weird is like, I feel like at this point in my life, I have so much resentment towards Disney that I'm willing to go to movies I fucking hate from other studios. When there is a movie that's
it's not woke at all, really. And I mean,
but when there's a movie that's like Disney in the theater that's competing with other movies, I feel like going and supporting the other movie just so I can stick it to Disney. Like, I don't know why. I'm just that vindictive now at this point in my life.
Let's put it this way. I didn't even go see this in the theater. I love Pixar, but I have not been watching Pixar movies of late unless they show up on Disney Plus.
I haven't either. I think
the reasons I keep hearing are no Tim Allen, and most of all is just this Kiss controversy. This is the thing that's keeping a lot of parents away.
A lot of the stuff that I've heard from people who do not even know about the Kiss is the fact that Tim Allen's not in it.
That's
what I mean. That seems to be the 2 major factors here right now. And you have a situation where this movie bombed, basically. I mean, there's no easy way of saying it. And going back to the screening I went to, they showed the trailer for Lightyear and they showed the trailer for Minions. Lightyear got 0 reaction. They were all over that Minions shit.
Minions is going to make bank between Jurassic World Dominion, which got released, and the Minions. All of that is all over at Universal Studios Orlando.
Is genius.
The
kids freaking love Minions, man.
Love it. I've got, let's see, hold on a second. Just to show you how popular is this. Hold on a second.
Dude, my brother-in-law is down.
Mine. This
loves Minions.
Is it Minions popcorn?
Oh my god,
that is adorable, actually.
And look,
so cute.
It's ice cream.
It's fucking ice cream.
Oh my god, that's dope.
I would
adorable.
want
that. That is actually pretty
adorable.
adorable.
As a purse, like
I don't even like the Minions, and I would have that.
They even have one that's like a car. I kid you not, like an old school car popcorn bucket.
You know what the Minions remind me of, and I don't know if I'm sure you ladies aren't old enough to remember this craze too much. But it reminds me of both the Smurfs and the California Raisins.
I totally remember that, and
because you can just do tons and tons. It's what it reminds me of. Because especially when I can't remember, is it Burger King or McDonald's, whoever has when they do the Minion toys and they have 60 of them to collect. That's what it reminds me is when they brought out the Smurfs and the California Raisins and stuff. Because it was you had 80 of them to collect. And it's because they could have so many various versions of them, and there's no specific one that's the leader, right? So they're all, I hate using the term non-binary in this sense, but they kind of are in that respect. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I understand.
I don't mean it in that ironic way. I just mean it in the sense that they're very, everybody can love them and adore them, and they're cute. And even if you don't like the movies, even watching that trailer, there was a few bits that I laughed about, right? And I didn't really care for the first couple movies, but I have to admit the Minion stuff is funny.
The Minion stuff is genius because they put the kids love them, and then they put adult humor in there that is not really understood by kids, but we understand, and we're ha ha ha, oh, that's so it's really good. It's good for parents and kids.
Yeah, it's both. As a matter of fact, they actually sell, and I love that they did this, a fart gun.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Did you buy it?
I did not buy it yet. It's on my list because I got the popcorn thing first. But yes,
I feel like that's a necessity.
you can buy a fart gun. I said this is freaking genius, and there's different kinds of fart sounds, so it's not the
I
same.
want this fart gun. That sounds amazing.
It is. It's like a freaking stroke of genius.
I'm
They
so
weren't
immature.
supposed to be the stars of the show, but they just like fell out of the movie, and the kids just loved it, and the parents loved
Love
it. It makes a ton of freaking money.
Yeah, to be honest, from my recollection, the Minions are just kind of a throwaway joke almost in a way. I mean, it's supposed to be about Gru or whatever and the kids, and then the Minions just kind of took over. Just
They
to
took
remind
it.
remind people, the last Minions movie made over $1 billion. Like, so they're making the money that Disney movies used to make on that.
Yeah.
And
And
the
I
merch
believe
is
it. 'Cause I'm telling
insane.
you, I know for a fact, like I said, my brother-in-law who's like Downs, just loves Minions. Like he just loves it. He has everything Minions. When I took my little nephew, he was like 3 at the time, to Minion Land or whatever, like in Universal. Oh my God, he could not get enough. And like he wanted everything Minions. It's just like it's a genius market. That's what they need to do.
They
I
really do.
understand.
It makes tons of money. The merch, there's tons of merch. There's one minion. I think he has one eye. That's Kevin, who, runs the network. So he's kind of like the IT mascot, kind
Oh,
of
that's funny. I didn't
kind
know
of
that.
minion. Yeah, and they're just redoing
That's what it
parts.
reminds me of. Thank you. Like with the Smurfs, they have like mascots almost, right? Like
Mhm.
every Smurf had their own little job, so it's kind of the
I
same
love
thing
the
here.
Smurfs.
Yeah.
I used
Yeah.
to collect the Smurf stuff like all the time when I was a kid.
I know, freaking love the Smurfs, but yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. It's gonna make
Oh, I remember when they would do
money.
those Smurf toys. Like they were a seasonal thing. It almost seemed like for a while there, and like I said, they would do dozens of them. And it's the same thing here. It's the same kind of marketing strategy, right? And it works.
Yeah.
It's ingenious. But with that, I think we had a couple more super chats, and then I'm gonna hop to the back so you ladies can get in on the news you were
Right.
planning on.
Yes.
So I think this was the last one we had, but thank you, Rave
Yes.
Girl.
Thank
That's what sent us down that
you.
road. But
Yeah.
Yes. And
Now
I
we've
set
got
up my rave lights.
Bird
I
Up.
it.
Yo, bird up. You want to take that one with it?
Yeah, bird up.
There we go.
For a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, bird up. We so appreciate it. Remember the way Beavis and Butthead reacted to Ice Baby? That should
Was
be
that-
their reaction. To
was that the one where they're just like,
Yeah.
and they change it right away? I think that's.
Oh my God.
They
is
don't
that
even
what
give
that
it a
was?
chance if I remember right.
I forgot about that.
If that's the one I'm thinking of, remind me, Bird Up, if that's the one I'm thinking of, where it just comes on and just starts and they're just like, change it. Like they change it right
Oh,
away.
That's good. That's going to be
Yeah.
like with everything. That's what I would be like. Oh my God, change it.
Change
Get
it.
out.
Let's see. What's our next super chat that we have?
Let's see here. After Bird Up, we got Nicholas Horton.
That's Nina.
Hey, Nicholas Horton, thank you so much for the 5. Says, "Hey, ladies, lovely ladies, and Tom. The original cut of Jurassic World Dominion rounds in at about 6 hours. Dang, really?
Jesus.
But with most films, things get cut out to fit a certain runtime.
I don't see how this was a
hours.
6-hour movie, man.
How can
Holy cow.
6 hours.
Unless Trevorrow went and remade the last movie in the process of it because
That's
he was unhappy with it.
Mm.
But it doesn't show here. I mean, this movie picks up and moves on.
I mean, dude, even like the what was it? The score the new Scorsese one that was like 3.5 hours. I mean, 6 freaking hours.
I can't see how 6 hours. That just
That's a lot.
Yeah, I can see a 4-hour cut maybe being possible.
not
But
6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 4 hours, I could see
we'll
that.
never see that because that'd be too much special effects to finish. But yeah, sometimes you have that with long movies. I could see that, I guess, with how these movies are ballooning all the time. And we got Darth Bobcat is next.
Darth Bobcat for $2. Thank you so very much. The Minions are the Raving Rabbids 100%. Dude, I played that game.
I'm not familiar
Raving
with that one.
Rabbids. That was actually a fun
They
video
did
game
really
to
like
play.
that,
And they have
too.
one I played on the Switch where they have the Mario characters and the Raving Rabbids in the same game.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that game, Lorena. That was a really popular game because I worked at Nintendo at the time.
Well, The Last of Us kind of reminds me of the Minions too, in a way.
The Last of Us,
or not The Last of Us. What's that one where you got to pick? What's the name of the one where you got to figure out which one's the killer? The little guys?
Last of Us.
That's what I just fucking said, isn't it?
No, Among Us. Sorry, no,
Among Us. Yeah,
Oh,
Among Us.
Among Us. Yeah, Last of Us is that's different.
Yeah, I got flipped over with the other one. Yes, I knew what I meant. Yeah, and I think even Lorena knew what I meant because she was thinking the same thing I was. But like,
yeah, and I'm like, wait, yeah, you got the us part right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I've never played the Raving Rabbids. I can't say
it is a lot.
I do play Ninja Turtles though.
I saw that.
I saw that, and you had good views on that too.
Yeah,
once I finally got it to work.
I may have to get that.
You know what? I just want to read the super chat because I like hearing her say cold semen.
Yes, cold semen. Cold semen for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, cold semen. We do appreciate it. Minions is the new crack in the kid community. Protect the kids. That's
kind of right. If they weren't actually motivated and cute and adorable and have no real bad issues with them, I'd be right where you're at with that.
Do you guys want to hear the funniest story? Is when I went to Universal with my nephew to get to the Minion Land, there was this one little place where you played like the basketball game, and then they give you whatever. And he wanted this one basketball that was like a Minion basketball, and it had like the eyes on it. It was like a yellow basketball, and it had the
that's
eyes.
ingenious.
And I was like, that's fucking dope. So like, so I start like, playing this freaking game. Dude, we spent, I don't know how much money because none of us girls could freaking sink a basket. And I was laughing my ass off because I'm like, this is why the WNBA is not succeeding because nobody can freaking sink a basket. And this dude that was working there felt sorry for us because my nephew started throwing a tantrum because he didn't get the prize. And we're like, we got to go, dude. We spent like $30 on this thing. We could have just bought you a basketball. And he's like, no. Like, and he starts throwing a tantrum. And the guy was there, like, was so nice. He gave us the prize anyway, even though we didn't technically win it.
Wow.
Aww,
but we were all
cool.
hot chicks. So kind of made sense.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to get one of your numbers.
And we went to the water park and like one of us had like a wet top. So it worked.
Oh, well.
Oh, geez, that happened. Well, we have actually another guest here, another special lady of the community or fandom. Sorry.
Wow, really?
Miss Maria has joined Toxic Femininity for the first time.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
She's muted.
He's muted.
Uh-oh.
Hello, girls. Hi.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, look who's here.
Hi. Hola, Maria. ¿Cómo
Hola.
Hey, hola, Maria. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo
Ooh,
estás?
It's my boyfriend Tom.
Oh.
I like
Don't make me get the restraining order, Maria.
What is happening right
How
now?
come you're not wearing any pants today on the show?
I told you not to look.
Oh
I
my
can't stop
god.
looking. What's that big thing in the middle? Is that one of them poles for the pole vault?
Okay, Maria's got to go.
I wore a dress. This is for the boys in the chat.
You're looking really nice, Maria.
Skirt.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
don't show everybody all your business, Maria.
I say you're showing off the goodies for free there.
My cousin
Maria?
Mexican Iron Man is in the back. He said something about champagne. He looks kind of lonely back there.
Maria, didn't your mom ever tell you no one's gonna want to buy the cow if you give away the milk for free? So don't do that.
Yeah.
I know, but these are desperate times, Nina. We just had the COVID.
If you spread the taco, nobody's going to put cheese on it, Maria.
But if I don't open the tortilla, it's never going to get feeling.
I can't argue with that. I mean, she's got a point.
Yeah. She's got you there.
Oh boy.
So got you
Oh,
there.
look at all these cute little boys in the chat. Hi, boys. Hi, Peter Linkman.
What kind of meat do you like in your tortilla, Maria?
Oh boy, don't ask her that.
Ooh. Well, I don't discriminate. I like the white meat.
You like white meat?
I like
likes
the
dark
brown
meat.
meat, the dark meat.
You like the spicy meat?
You guys
Wait,
are
what
gonna
kind of
make her
chocolate do you
explode
like
here.
best?
The kind I can put in my mouth.
Oh, hell.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Damn.
Well,
So all of them?
Yeah.
I'm not very discriminating. You can ask my cousin Mexican Iron Man. He says I need to. How does he say it? Slow my roll.
Yes. Colt Seaman
Who's
has
that?
a super's chat for Maria here.
Oh, is he a Navy boy? Is that why his last name's Seaman?
I don't know.
Wait a
And I-
minute.
We all love our seamen out there.
And
Seaman.
Colt wants to
Uh-oh.
know if you like him.
Well, let me take a look. Let me see. Oh,
He looks a lot like Keanu Reeves.
He looks like Keanu
Ooh.
Reeves.
yeah.
Wait, is there a
Mm.
mini Keanu Reeves in
Yes,
that
that's
icon?
Keanu Reeves with mini Keanu Reeves. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, he's a cutie pie. Hey, why don't you come over, Colt? I'll make you a sandwich.
In all
Maria's always trying to make
seriousness-
people sandwiches.
Oh,
In
well,
all
you know.
seriousness, can we get a fucking plushie Keanu Reeves? I want one. Please. Thank you.
Plushie Keanu.
And it says you're
Reeves.
beautiful on it or whatever.
Yes.
Ooh, I see
yes.
Willie Woodward. Hello, Willie. I see you.
Willie, be careful. She'll try to get you to show her your Willie. So just be
Oh.
careful there.
Oh.
Das Wolfen says Maria's
Hmm.
escaped from Avenue Q.
Is that a safe place?
For some people, yeah.
It's about as safe as your vagina, I suppose.
Okay, ladies.
Whoa,
I'm gonna
whoa.
go ahead and go. I'm gonna check on my cousin Mexican Iron Man, and
Okay.
he said he was gonna wait all night long for something special. I'm real concerned. He's like back there with like a gallon of cocoa butter. I don't know what it's for though.
Fresh Snow says
Oh.
no fapping tonight for me.
I guess it smells good back there anyway.
Don't worry.
Okay,
we'll
bye,
keep,
everybody.
We'll keep
See
your
you
semen
later.
warm for you, Maria.
Thank you,
Bye,
Maria.
Maria.
Good night, Maria.
Wait, Grand Admiral. Wait. It was Mr. Buttcrack Media wanted to know if Maria wants to see his butt crack. And I feel like the answer to that is
Something
yes.
tells me she would say yes.
She would enjoy that, yes. And then we got the Tweaky Kid for one more, and then I'm heading to the back.
Let's see. Who's
Actually, this is
coming
for
in?
Maria.
Maria, give
Yeah.
us super chat, Maria.
Yeah, come on back, girl. You got some money.
Mhm.
Some
There we go.
pesos.
Yeah.
What happened? What? What happened?
You have a super chat, Maria.
Yeah. Tweaky Kid for $4.99 says, Maria, I like Alf, but I won't mind you kicking him for your cousin, Mexican Iron Man. Okay. All right. Well,
See, Tweaky Kid, everybody's being nice to Maria tonight. This is a change.
Hi. Hello.
Usually
very
Maria gets a lot of
sweet.
the flack.
Hello.
Oh.
So.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Good night, Maria.
Maria.
And you can see Maria over at Cotton Connection and all those awesome places once in a while to causing trouble. And speaking of trouble, I'm going to send my trouble ass to the back. So the ladies got this under control, I'm sure, and they're going to take you through these stories tonight. I don't even know what the stories are. So here we go.
This was funny. Okay, that
This
just
is-
happened.
Yeah, it really did. It really did. It just happened. Oh, so the MCU, that is the gift that keeps on giving. So apparently, Kevin Feige promises MCU fans next saga will become clear as phase 4 nears end.
I already know what it is. Can I say?
Yes.
Yeah, give you guys.
It's a trash fire.
With a
That's-
smiley face on the dumpster on the outside.
Mhm.
Yeah, the dumpster has to be on fire and it has to be floating down.
Yes. Yeah, that is where the MCU is heading right now. But in all seriousness, I think it's basically Young Avengers and what was the other one? Like young female Avengers, whatever that is. And
I didn't even know that was a thing.
like
I didn't
that's why they're
either.
doing like all the Miss Marvel and like all the the MCU is like they all have their like female counterparts, so they want to do like a
Oh, yeah,
like
because they're doing that whole MCU thing. Remember, I think Feige
Mhm.
said, yeah, we're
Mhm.
moving more towards female characters, but the interesting thing is it's not the badass Marvel female characters that we are familiar with and know and love, whether it's the comics, whether it's the 90s cartoons or anything like that. They seem to be coming up with these characters that it's just like, why the heck do we care? And you don't write them so that we do actually care. So to just back up to, again, Doctor Strange 2, or was it, WandaVision season 2? I believe is what that movie
Without Vision.
Yeah, without Vision. Vision is MIA.
Yeah. Like that the words without vision works in more ways than one, because that's exactly what it was. What you know what's so funny is I was actually thinking about that movie, and you please chime in, both of you and Lorena, like if you think I'm wrong about this, but I think that movie would have made way more money if you did two things. One, called it WandaVision the movie and have it just like guest starring Doctor Strange, and two, actually put Vision in there. So it'd be called like WandaVision the movie, but like actually have Vision in the movie. And then it would have like kind of made way more sense. And then have it like so that Doctor Strange is just cameoing in there. Do you think it would have made more money, or do you think that it would have made less money because people still wanted to see Doctor Strange? That's why they went.
I'll let go first to answer that question.
I think it would have made a hell of a lot of money, but if they were going to rename it like that, Nina, and add Vision, then let Wanda win this time, because she's a loser. And I'm so sick of seeing her lose all the time. She has all this power. She can conjure up anything she wants. I want to see that. I don't want to see her lose. I want to see her dominate, at least for one film. People like, oh my God, they better come back. They're going to have to come back and do something better than what they've been doing just to defeat her. But to just be so easy, just too easy. She's so powerful, but is she really that powerful? Is she really this villainous? I want to see her be bad. I want to see her, just do all sorts of havoc and craziness. And if she wants to have a family in her mad little world, that's great. If she wants to kidnap an entire, globe, that's fine. But at least let her accomplish what she wants and let her have it for a while. So it seems like, wow, that was really powerful. Even if it's another 5 years and they have to come back after 5 years and fix all this crap, that's great. But why does it have to be like so easily, you can turn around anything she does? It's almost like she doesn't even count, honestly. She's like just such a small factor, but with all this power, it makes really no sense.
I mean, I like what you're saying in a sense, because I like it, but that's if you're gonna do like multiple movies, because if you do that because she's a villain, like I'm a type of person that likes to see the villain lose. Like I'm not one of those people that likes the villain. But if you're gonna take that model and make like an Empire Strikes Back kind of model where like you have the villain win, but then obviously that's not the end of the story. There's gonna be another one where the hero finally wins, then I can see it working. But otherwise, like this new, like, oh, let's let the villain win and like have the villain be the star because everything's the villain now. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Here's what I didn't like. And in a way, you're right, Nina. I believe that if this was truly, the Scarlet Witch in the multiverse of madness, and Doctor Strange would appear as he did appear in the comics. If they would have done that, then I could have forgiven them for the crap that they did in WandaVision, because what I thought that I was going to see in WandaVision, I thought Mephisto was going to show up and basically say, if you want these children, this is what you're going to have to do. And she could go freaking total villain because she's the most powerful mutant to actually see that and know the fact that the reason that she's wielding all of this power is because she has these children with Vision that she does not want to let go of. So she's willing to do whatever the heck Mephisto wants her to do. But they didn't pull that in. So they basically, like was saying, they basically just made her, a loser. Who did she have to fight? Agatha. Are you freaking kidding me? Agatha Harkness. I didn't care about that chick.
And
I didn't care.
and I'm sorry, Lorraine. Another thing that I would have liked to have seen, and I want both of you to comment on it, is I would have, if Magneto is her father, right?
Supposedly, but they didn't do that here. They didn't do that in the MCU.
I would have liked for Magneto to come back and help Vision, like try and control Wanda, because it kind of would make sense, because she's so uncontrollable. And Magneto is all about control. Magneto is about, having things precise and going a certain way, almost to the opposite of how Wanda is. She's kind of sloppy. They made her a little sloppy in her execution of stuff. So it would be very interesting to see him kind of come in there at some point, and kind of, just wreak havoc and straighten out all this shit, supposedly. But that's another thought.
Yeah, I would have liked that too, but they didn't go that route with her.
I would have liked that too, but it all maps back to going back to the original lore in the comics. They'd ignored that. Even the showrunner was just like, oh no, I just can't read comics, they're too hard to follow. But if they would have used that, they would have had the perfect roadmap to go with, and they didn't. And the fact that I didn't like, number one, because I liked the first Doctor Strange movie. I really did. So I was looking forward to the second one, not looking forward to the second one, and he's second fiddle in his own movie. So I think that pissed off a lot of people, especially like me, because for the MCU, I didn't like the fact that they killed off Tony Stark. I really didn't. I took that personal. However, I did. I was screaming in the theater when that happened. I didn't really like that. But I did like Doctor Strange. So I'm like, okay, we'll see the second one. And that's what I was looking forward to. But after they did this, it's just like, I'm not interested in paying money to sit in another MCU movie in a theater. If it pops up on Disney Plus, I might check it out. But I'm not paying money for it. And to go a little bit further, with Thor: Love and Thunder coming out, another thing that people have to remember is all of this is connected. Like today, if you were following me on Twitter, I was actually over at Epcot and got to ride the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster after it shut down for an hour, and they brought it back up. Guardians is in Thor: Love and Thunder. And right now at the parks, they are selling all the swag. You can get the Tesseract, you can get Loki's scepter, you can get the Ether, you can get the Eye of Agamotto, you can get the Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos, you can get the one for Iron Man for Tony Stark. There's all of that merch going on because it all goes back to the parks to pump that money into Marvel. And when you see here, when of course the quote, and I'll get to the quote, that it'll become clear as phase 4 nears the end. How many movies and series do we have coming when it's for phase 4? But before I do that, we'll get back actually to his quote. So his original quote here is from Games Radar magazine. This is the one that they're running with. So he says, I think there may have been many clues already that are we all know that are at least apparent to me of where this whole saga is going. But we'll be a little bit more direct about that in the coming months to set a plan so audiences who want to see the bigger picture can see a tiny, tiny, tiny bit more of the roadmap. What do you ladies think when you hear that?
I don't think they have a roadmap. I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing. Mind you, I think they wanted to do the MCU. And then after that, they were like, well, now that we've done all the females, like, where are we going to go from here? And then they're like, well, let's youngify them too. So like, let's make them kiddie. So like, we can sell more to the kids. That's why they're all younger now. So they're going to like the whole Young Avengers thing and like the whole young kids and taking, I don't know. It's weird because on some level I get it, like market wise, because they are Disney, so they're wanting to get that younger crowd still. But at the same time, I'm like, man, like you're missing out on like the other half of the crowd, which is the hardcore nerds that grew up with this shit that want to go see these movies because they're not responding to what you got going on. I mean, look at Miss Marvel, like. I mean, the new show, you know,
We
they're
gonna
not,
get
no one's
that.
responding to this. So why do you keep going with something no one's responding to? I don't know. It's weird.
Your point?
Yeah, they're trying to, well, I think something kind of messed them up along the way, because we know that there have been reshoots in some of these films. We know they've had to change things around.
Because of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I don't think, it's not that reshoots don't happen, but it seems like there's been a lot of them recently, and a lot of times with these reshoots that they're doing, the stories they're just not appealing. They're not fun to watch. Like, for me, the perfect example would be the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, because we know they had to change the ending of that, and it came out very weak. It wasn't strong. And then they kind of ignored the Isaiah Thomas story, which I felt was the most important story in it. And, they kind of brushed it aside like it was no big deal. And I'm like, can't you guys see that this is the most important story actually in this series? Like, forget the other characters right now. That one is the strongest one. If you're going to tell a good story, tell a good story at least. It's like they seem more focused on wanting to jam a variety of different things into these films, into these, phases.
The message.
Yeah, versus having a good, legitimate story. I don't care if this story was about a tree. If it was great, I would be watching it. I would be watching like, oh my gosh, I wonder what's going to happen to the tree. Like, I would be invested.
Yeah, because I cared about Groot. I'm with you. I cared about Groot, and now it's a fucking tree.
And even let's say Groot remained Groot, only said I am Groot. Let's say that's all he said, but there was an actual story with this, we'd be all on board. But we're not getting that backup story. Oh,
this is my Groot shoulder.
Wait, hang on. I need that. I need that in my life.
He's a shoulder plush. He hangs.
That's so cute.
That's so cute.
I
just love him. Look at the smile on his little face.
I know.
See what I'm saying? Something that's appealing, that's fun, that, you're like, there could be a deeper meaning to this story, something with a little bit of mystery, but we haven't been getting anything, and it's missing so many fun elements. We're not having fun.
You know how Lorena said that she got mad when Iron Man died, like at the end of whatever, like Endgame or whatever? I freaking was so mad when Groot sacrificed himself, and I was like,
oh god,
yeah. Freaking tears, and like he sacrificed himself, and he's like, I'm Groot. I was like, I was dying, and then he came back, and then he was like baby Groot, and I was like, oh my god, it's baby Groot. Like they got me on that one. They got me.
See, and that's how a character that they've created meaning in a character. So when it's gone, you feel it. Then when it comes back, or a new reiteration that has some kind of meaning to you, it makes sense. We haven't been getting anything that kind of feels even real. Like, for example, I love the America Chavez character. I love her. I love that character. But what the hell are they doing with her? Like, she's being tossed around like she's not that important, and she doesn't know what she's doing. We can't have situations where people are so in the dark and nobody can guide them, and it's just like they're hanging around. That's not good direction. Even we are confused about what they're trying to do. That statement was confusing. We know, like you said, Nina, and you, Lorena, had mentioned, their plan, whatever they had before, had to change. But what they're producing now, it's not worthwhile producing. And we can see it. We can see that it's not a full, well thought out thing. It doesn't feel like Endgame. It doesn't feel like Infinity War.
No, it doesn't. Because to go back to that, I'm glad you brought it up. To go back to that, with Tony's death, and then of course him coming back because of the choice that Doctor Strange had to make. He said this was the only scenario where we win. And then Tony Stark dies at the end. It's like, I hated it. It was freaking traumatic, but it came full circle from who he was in the first Iron Man movie. So while I was mad as I don't know what, to have that kind of reaction, and it's just like, okay, that was actually the arc. As pissed off as I am, I actually care enough. I don't care about any of these phase 4 characters, just Doctor Strange, because he's been pulled into it. And ladies, correct me, which was actually the first phase 4 movie?
Ooh, yeah. I don't remember. Hold on. There's a lot. There's been a lot of movies.
There's been a lot. I don't know.
Far From Home, I think.
I think Far From Home. Yeah.
Far From Home.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first Spider-Man movie, like right after.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I wasn't on a Tom Holland train
Yeah, I
then.
wasn't
Like
either, but
every
it was
time he
terrible. I
showed
don't
up,
like it.
it just aggravated me. But you could just tell for each Phase 4 movie that started to come out, it's just like, why am I bothering to watch this? And
But
like Urban was saying, they're bringing these characters in, not writing them so you can actually connect to them.
Lorena, but you know what's weird though? Far From Home, even though it was Phase 4, technically, like some people still count it as Phase 3 because Phase 4 was
Mhm.
like legit. Let's go
Oh,
into
hey, Ray,
MCU.
you're
Like,
right. Black Widow. Okay. I
yeah.
wiped that from my freaking brain because
I would say the real movie for Phase 4 that's like representative of what's going on in Phase 4 would be
Mhm.
Black Widow. Because like
And-
Far From Home was kind of like the end of
Okay.
Phase 3.
And both of you ladies have said this before. At least I believe both of you ladies have said this before, and I feel the same way. We all know that Black Widow came out at the wrong time.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
We know-
100%. Should have been
and we-
Phase 1.
Yeah, and so this is a question that we have to ask: is that, you know, are they actually timing even some of these releases right?
No.
Are these coming out at the right time? Does it make sense?
Mhm.
Go ahead and you know, like if they have to restructure everything, fine, but they have to think about the timing and does it actually feel like in the sequence of events, you know, this is very important. You know, it's almost like WandaVision was the TV show wasn't that important in the order of things. You know, it happened, but it doesn't feel like it was groundbreaking, or because it didn't even have to exist. You could have just seen Doctor Strange Part 2 and know that Wanda exists. But other than that, you know, you didn't progress from the TV show. So it's almost like it's the same story. Nothing has really changed.
And
very
it
much
could have
more.
been groundbreaking because they came out of the gate showing this show that was really weird. It made no sense. Everybody was intrigued because we were all like, oh no, Vision's dead. Like, we know Vision's dead. This is gonna how they're gonna bring him back, but they're doing it in this really cool, funky sitcom way that's like 50s sitcom. And it could have been really fucking good, but then they just literally dropped the ball. They were like,
totally
no.
dropped the ball. There was one episode, ladies, where where Wanda and Vision are together, and he realizes that all this is not real, and he kind of looks at the camera like this. And I was like, oh my God, is Vision gonna get me? Is he gonna like turn on Wanda? I got so excited. Nothing happened with that. And I'm like, why? Why would they make him do this if he wasn't gonna say, you know what, Wanda, this has to stop?
And that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that because Vision to me seemed like he was the voice of the audience. Like, we're watching this, knowing this isn't right. And they were starting to have those conflicts where he's asking questions and Wanda's either brushing it off, or when he tries to dig deeper, she gets upset, you know, and they kind of start arguing about it. I thought that was going to progress where they were actually going to have to face off. But it all goes back, of course, to the person who's doing the show running on WandaVision. Didn't care enough to write a coherent storyline from beginning to end, which is why the end crapped so much and sucked, to the point where Doctor Strange 2 had to figure that out to actually be the actual ending. So that tells me you can't write a concise enough story with a tight enough story arc that started out great, because that was that mystery. What's going on? And people like a good mystery.
Well, and not just that, Lorena. It's like we know the message basically ruined it because the original plan, the original plan was having Doctor Strange in there, but then they were like, no, we don't want Wanda to.
Can't have her getting mansplained to.
Yeah. Can't have her white man come and teach her things. Like, you can't have that. So they gave creativity. They gave away more of the story instead for the message. It's all about the message now. And the other thing, like some of the people in the chat are saying things like they think that maybe it's the X-Men that's the next phase, or that
X-Men or Secret Wars. I heard Secret Wars.
I heard that too. Some people say X-Men, some people say because of the whole Sony merger, right? But also Fantastic Four, because we got that kind of like, you know, the the teaser with in Doctor Strange and everything like that they're going to introduce Fantastic Four characters next. But you know what's so weird is that I am at this point in time really hoping they don't. Like, I hope they don't bring out the X-Men. I hope they don't bring out Fantastic Four, because at this point, with how shitty Phase 3 has been, I'm like, what's even the point? Like, I don't want to see more of my favorite characters get ruined. Like, I don't want X-Men, like, Disney.
No, I agree. And one of the viewers, or at least in the chat, Ian says WandaVision had all the ideas, but they didn't know how to make it work.
Exactly.
The execution failed. Like, the execution failed. You're right.
It totally failed. And they had
how
all
cool
the elements to make it work. And it just didn't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How wasn't it the coolest thing with the television? And you were like, "What?" And they were like,
"The television, the ads. Remember the ads that they were
ads
showing?
Were cool, yeah.
And you saw these like,
and even the song was like WandaVision, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool!" It's like,
and they're giving them messages like she's waking up through the different things. Like, it was really cool. That's what I'm saying. It was such a cool and creative idea, and then they fucked it up. It's like, how you go and fuck it up like that? It's just it's beyond me.
It's beyond us, because we actually care about the property, but it's not beyond the people who are working on this, who basically, it's a paycheck. Honestly, there's no care for it, or even if it's just a paycheck, at least have pride in your craft to make something that from beginning to end is worth watching more than once. And they're not doing that. So that care is gone. They're not writing it as someone who, even like, say, even if you knew nothing about the Scarlet Witch, at least do your freaking research. You hire people and you get people who know that information. Why do I keep hearing this name Mephisto? Who is this guy? Let's sit down and find out who it is. But they didn't do that. They didn't do that, which proves that they really do not have a plan. It's not like Phase 3, where every movie had something in it to advance the story.
Yeah.
And if you missed a movie, like I didn't watch Ant-Man and Wasp, I actually had to go back and watch that movie, which actually I did enjoy.
It was good.
I watched
Infinity
War. I was surprised by that movie. I actually enjoyed it.
By Infinity War?
Yeah, I saw Infinity War, and there were some pieces that were missing to me, like why they were kind of like all disappearing, why people were like freaking out when they started to disappear after the Thanos snap. I'm like, but I don't know really what's going on. So I went back and I watched Ant-Man and Wasp and saw the bonus scene at the end. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know what's so weird, Lorena, is like we constantly talk about it on this channel and on our own channels about how, they don't know how to write powerful female characters. They don't know how to write powerful, I hate saying this term, but people of color characters. Like, they don't understand how to write for those people. But you know what else they don't know how to write for anymore is evil. Like, they don't know how to write evil characters. And like somebody in the chat said, they're going to bring in Dr. Doom soon. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to see misunderstood Dr. Doom. Like, I want to be terrified when I hear the name Dr. Doom. It's literally in the name. It's Doom. Like, you're supposed to have like terror. I was terrified of Dr. Doom when I first got introduced to it, like in the animated series. And I thought he was one of the best villains. And I'm still surprised that we haven't even gotten Dr. Doom yet in the MCU. But all this stuff is gone. Like, all the urgency, or like, is anyone gonna actually die in the MCU? No, it's like a freaking kiddie show now. Like, everybody just comes back from the dead. Like, it's multiverse. Nobody's ever truly gone. It's like, who fucking cares?
I know, it's like, who does? Like, for example, with Venom, the Venom that I knew from the comics was pure freaking evil. This was not someone that you wanted to mess with. And they come out with the Venom movie. Granted, it was Sony. They came out with the Venom movie, and I watched it, and I'm just like, it's like a buddy cop.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I miss that, them being able to write villains who are truly evil, because that's the counterbalance, right? You have the hero who has to overcome a villain who is truly truly unapologetically evil. I mean, there's points where you can kind of empathize where the show kind of like maybe what happened in their background, but in all, at the end, this needs to be someone that's completely evil. And Disney won't write those. I mean, case in point, Maleficent, one of my favorite
Thank you.
favorite Disney villains, the chick who cursed everybody and tried to kill a baby because she didn't get an invite to a birthday party. I mean, she was unapologetically evil.
Yeah.
And they make a live action version to make her more sympathetic.
And not just that, like, let's destroy the king's fucking reputation because he's a white man. And it's like, basically, he did it all. That's why she's evil now, because he's a fucking bastard. Like, I'm like, what is this? Like, what the fuck?
I was so pissed. I said I wanted to see a live action evil version of Maleficent. That's what I thought that I was going to see. Same thing they did with Cruella. Okay, they made her sympathetic.
I didn't watch Cruella.
Yeah, I didn't watch Cruella.
Watch the Glenn Close version. That's the
yes,
one.
I've seen that. I've seen that, and that shit is the best. I love Glenn Close. She's the best. Like they didn't need another one. Like know, Glenn Close is the fucking best, and it was a great like live action 101 Dalmatian movie. And but then now we have this because it's supposed to be like a fashionista, whatever. Cruella DeVille movie, and it's just whatever. I don't care.
It's like I could see where they were going, but it's just like, come on now, really. It's like they try to put like Anna Wintour. If you're gonna do Anna Wintour, you need to do the Devil Wears Prada version of Anna Wintour. And they didn't. I thought I was seeing things. I'm like, is that a dollar store Anna Wintour? And sure enough. It was just horrible, but they weren't even right.
But they do that all the time now. Like I think there's even more. Like Wanda is another example. Like another villain that they just couldn't write for. They're like, she's a female. We can't write for that. She's evil. We can't write for that. What are we going to do? We got to make her misunderstood. Everything she does is misunderstood. And she's actually kind of good. But even though she imprisoned everybody and like tortured people.
And imprisoned them in their brain and mental torture. But,
it's weird. I just finished watching this series that's not Disney that did a really good villain, but not quite villain, the gray character that they continuously try to go for, where they're like, he's definitely evil, but he's also good, is Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. Like the perfect example of that gray character that you're not, this guy's motherfucking evil. He's done so much bad shit in his life, but he's also got that really like good inside of him, and you're like, when you're a woman, you're like, I can change him. But
I can change him. I just need to work on him. That's all. I just need to love him.
Yeah. He just needs love. But
I just need to love him, even though, he's out there killing mofos.
He's out there slitting throats and shit.
I know.
But, whatever.
God,
that was good though. Did you guys see Peaky Blinders season 6?
I'm behind.
I haven't yet.
I'm behind. I'm on season 3.
Me too.
I'm on season 3. I'm getting there. I'm getting
girl,
there.
I finished
my
it
God.
last night. I finished it last night, and I'm like, it's so good. It was so good.
I love watching it. So a lot of episodes I'm like backing up because the stuff that I freaking missed, I'm like, holy crap, I need to go back and back and watch. But all of it is just, the writing is great. I love freaking love Peaky Blinders.
So good. Peaky fucking Blinders. It's so
Blinders.
good. It's so good.
And you want to talk about a strong female character? And I'm blanking on her name because I keep saying
it Anna Taylor-Joy?
Ada?
She's one, but not the sister. Unfortunately, she was Draco's mom, so unfortunately, she passed away, I believe.
Oh yes, the Aunt Polly.
The Aunt Polly. Do not freaking mess with Aunt Polly.
Well, and that's the crazy part too, Lorena, is because in season 6 they had to like rewrite and change the story because Aunt Polly died, so they had to like incorporate that into season 6. So a part of me is like kind of wonders, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but part of me wonders what it would have been like had she still been in it, you know, and been alive, because it was a different story, but they changed it a little bit. But they still did such a good job even incorporating that death. You're like, oh,
wow.
it's so good. It's so good. So if you guys are like, you know, looking for watching something that's, you know, not Disney and not trash, go watch Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders is cool.
It's fucking good.
Peaky
Good
Blinders is cool. But this thing, to go back to
That's her
phase
name.
4, Helen, thank you, Helen McCrory. Oh my gosh,
Thank you, Nicholas Horton.
She's
she
great.
Is
Fantastic.
absolutely freaking fantastic. It hurt so much to find out that she passed away, because her performance is just crazy. It's great. But here for phase 4, oh God, She-Hulk, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
I feel bad for this girl, man. I feel bad for
She's
her.
an amazing actress, from what
Yes.
everyone has told me. So it's like when you see some of these shows where it's like it's a Disney Plus show, God, I feel bad for these people.
I feel bad for her. Because I love Orphan Black, and I know she's got the acting chops, no problem. But I'm sure they're gonna ruin it. This just looks awful.
We clowned the trailer on the Dark Council.
We clowned it here.
And yeah, and here it's like it was a double shot. I'm like, I like train wrecks, so I'm gonna have to freaking watch it. But you feel bad for these people, because you know their acting talent is there. They've just got freaking crappy ass scripts that they're gonna have to
if they
deal
were
with.
going to make this seems more like a romantic comedy to me.
Really?
Where she's a working professional, and then something happens to her, and then she's dating guys, and you know, she has to figure out how she's going to live her life, you know, going through this. And you know,
wait, who do you think is going to be her romantic partner? Like the Hulk?
She should have another superhero romantic partner. And that would have made more sense, like as a standalone film. If they wanted to go down her origin story, would have been a nice standalone film. But for the TV series, it would have been nice for her to have been like, you know, the Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk from 1980, 1970, where she's on the run. And she doesn't really have a home, and she has to keep, you know, like taking clothes off of the clothesline, or whatever she does, you know, like she has to go from place to place to kind of figure out stuff, looking for a cure, or something's happened to regular Hulk. She's on her own. Her law degree isn't doing shit for her. She has to go out and in search of, figure out what the hell she's going to do. And that would have been a more interesting series versus shots for everybody, you know, like I'm like, okay, if you're gonna do that, make it a real romantic comedy with, you know, with the girls, you know, let's go ahead and do it. And the Hulk's like, you know, you can't fool around with love like that. You're gonna break someone's heart, and you're gonna break the wrong superhero's heart. And you know, she fucks around with some guy, she breaks his heart, he wants to destroy the world. And then between her and Hulk, they save it. End of movie. It would have been a great romantic comedy. And then she falls in love with some nerd in the lab who, you know, is like, can help her out in the end. But, you know, like to make her whole origin this series, I don't know. I'm not, their spin on it is too playful for something that seems a little more serious, at least at this stage.
No, but that's the thing. They've gone this weird, and this I don't like Kevin Feige, because they've gone this weird, let's make a joke out of all the fucking good characters, like the Hulk, like, you know, and Thor, and, you know, Loki, and like just like every single one of these great characters is turned into a blubbering buffoon of a joke, men and female now, like, you know, even like, I mean, look at this. This looks terrible. I don't think there's gonna be good writing. This is gonna be fucking awful.
You know what I said this was, and I think I said this on the Dark Council. They're basically turning this into their version of Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. And it should have been standalone.
Watch the trailer and then go back and watch a trailer from the Sex in the City.
I thought it was like more like Ally McBeal.
Not too different.
Yeah, see, kind of like the same premise. Like, I didn't watch Ally McBeal. I didn't really like it that much, but I watched a hell of a lot of Sex in the City.
Same here.
And that scene in the trailer where she picks up that, like, obviously little guy and walks away with him kind of reminds me of the episode where Samantha had sex with a midget. And she said, they said, what was it like? And she said, it was like being with a very horny Smurf.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I think they could have, if this was a standalone movie where it was supposed to be Sex and the City / Ally McBeal, and she had a shitload of nude scenes where she's fucking around a lot, and there are really hot freaking guys from the MCU in it where she's screwing around. This could have been fun. This could have been, this could have been really
seen Captain America doing the walk of shame,
But then once she starts to turn into the Hulk, some of these guys are like, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, and she's got to deal with that. Let her deal with some trouble where it's not so easily fixable just because she turns into the Hulk that everybody's going to want to hit that. Let's just be honest. It's going to be hard for her. Not everybody's going to want to hit that because she's the Hulk. Just be honest. Guys are not going to be lining up to be like, oh, you're the Hulk. No, okay, can we talk just a minute? I don't feel comfortable. Just be honest about it. I don't really believe that most men are going to be fine with that. They'd be turned off by it. They'd be angry with her. Let's just keep it realistic.
Right, but that would introduce the whole idea of rejection, and she has to be perfect. She can't have to deal with that whole rejection thing. Everybody's supposed to want her, That's how it is.
What do you think?
They're not gonna let that in there.
I don't think that. Yeah, I'm with you, Lorena. I don't think that, and also I just think like somebody asked in the chat, who do you think is gonna be like the villain or the antagonist? And obviously it's going to be the white guy, like whoever the white guy is, like that's the dude. I'm guessing the manager probably is going to be a white guy, and it's going to be like the antagonist in the movie. It's so like it's so systematic now. I know I hate that term, but it's like they have a blueprint. They know what they're doing.
They do.
It's what Critical Drinkers says. It's the message. They know they want the message. They know what they want to do with it. They just know that they want powerful women that can't do no wrong. They know that they want white man bad, especially cis white male. They don't want the nuclear family. That can't happen. Just whenever you can insert some sort of communism or socialism or comrade or whatever, put that in there too. And then that's it. That's your blueprint.
They implied in the trailer that she's hooking up with guys with this speed dating. So, they're teasing me with the possibility of sex and sex scenes. And I don't like to be teased.
That's never going to happen though, because this is a kiddie show. Like it's not going to be.
This is Disney. They will not do it.
Mind you, they want to, like, don't get me wrong, because they want to get them young, like they're Disney's into grooming. But they're not like, they're still not going to give you what you want because you are an adult.
Yeah, like I said, you're not going to see the likes of Captain America doing the walk of shame. You're not going to see that. Like if, say, you go back to the first Iron Man movie, which is very blatant how much Tony Stark was screwing his way through anything that walked, because that was Fox. But you notice once Disney took over, that whole Playboy aspect went away.
Well, now we got it. We got something though, like in this Thor Love and Thunder thing, like when his ass is bare. I don't really know what's going on with that, but I mean that's nudity.
You know what? It is, but it's a cheap joke, and this goes back to what Nina was saying. I don't like, and a lot of people, you notice this. You notice that the more MCU movies that have come out since Endgame, the male superheroes have gotten dumber and dumber and dumber and stupider and just an absolute joke. And it's like the women know everything, the men know nothing. And in the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, they decide they want to strip him naked. Why?
But even the women are dumb, Lorena. Even the women are dumb.
They are, but they're still played up as if they're smarter than the men.
Sure.
It would have been nice if it was full frontal and he was stripped naked.
But they do kind of show that though. That's why the other guys are fainting from seeing his dick. So they show it like right up to that. They
could have shown us a shadow that implied, or something like that.
Wow.
Oh, that would have been R.
Yeah, that's a hard R.
They won't do it. They won't do
it. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
It would have been nice.
I know.
Although if they did, it would be right up along with the whole Disney grooming business too, though, because I feel like they want to get those kids young. So I don't know.
They
They
want
might.
to, but they have to be more subtle about it because that's a
Yeah.
method to their madness. If you go back to the South Park episodes, the first one where South Park Mickey showed up with the Jonas Brothers,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Why do we have to wear these purity rings?" And Mickey's like, "You have to wear that purity ring so when they're looking at your junk, they don't feel so bad about it." It's freaking insidious. Yeah,
Oh no. Yeah, I don't know.
absolutely freaking insidious.
Rainbow Trash says Hemsworth hated doing that. You think so? I don't know about that. I don't think he hated it at all.
He
Why
has
would
such
he
a
hate it?
beautiful body. He wants to show off his physique, though, right? I mean,
For some people, for some actors are kind of funny about that. Some actors are just like, hey, I don't care. I'll be naked to the world. I'll be naked, whatever. It doesn't matter. And then you have some actors who really aren't very comfortable with that.
Mm-mm.
It kind of, it kind of like varies. So it's like, I wouldn't knock him for saying that he was uncomfortable with that. But to me, it as much as it looks nice to see Hemsworth stripped like that,
oh yeah.
it's such a cheap, it's such a joke made for laughs. It's not like he
Yeah.
lost his clothes trying to save somebody,
Or he's in a bedroom with somebody or something.
yeah,
But
or
also-
something like that.
But
you know?
also, it feels inappropriate. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. It
Absolutely.
feels inappropriate for a kids movie because that's what they're going for now. They're not going for a serious. Oh, here's Thor, and it's a
this
serious
PG
adult
or is it
movie.
PG-13?
I think it's PG-13.
Okay, because if
I
it's
think.
PG-13, they can kind of get it. They can kind of get away with that if it's PG-13.
think
But if it's
so.
PG, they can't.
Let's see.
They can't. But it is. It's just for it's right. As Joey was saying, it's for humiliation because first of
It's
all, that
PG-13.
happens in a public forum. It's not like he was
Yeah.
someplace private and lost his clothes, like he was going swimming and got his clothes on shore, like but he's out in public. And then you have Natalie Portman's character, Jane Ann Valkyrie, basically making a joke about the size of his man. That's the other thing that I don't like.
Yeah, I didn't know that part. That's not nice.
Yeah, it's
that's what they did.
PG-13. It is.
You
Okay.
gotta always be grateful for any dick, so that's not cool.
Oh my god. Yeah, see, again, I don't want to see Daredevil
Not on
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus,
I
no.
don't want to see that. Like
No,
I'm
because they
so
won't go
not
there.
interested.
They
I'll just
won't
go
go
watch
there.
Netflix again. Like I
Yeah.
don't care.
I agree. I wouldn't even.
They're just not gonna do it right. Why even do it? Like why?
Yeah, I know. Oh, to go back down here to where these so here's the MCU film. So of course we already had Doctor Strange. Then you've got, let me blow this up a little bit more. Then you've got Thor Love and Thunder, obviously coming out with Lady Thor. So they have Lady Thor going on with that. Then you have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Now, for folks who don't know, Shuri is now Black Panther. Okay, which I believe happened in the comics. I didn't read the comics, so I didn't know. So I'm not too keen of the idea of having Shuri be Black Panther. I think that, unfortunately, we lost Chadwick Boseman. I really think that they should have just found another successor and not her, because Black Panther should always be a man. And hey, sorry if that's sexist, sorry, not sorry, but that's what I go to see. And that's who I expect for Black Panther to be. So
and Shuri
again,
had her own identity. She didn't need to become Black Panther.
no, she didn't. And I could see if maybe it was like temporary, but I don't understand that to be temporary at all. But also the other person that's getting introduced in Black Panther is Ironheart.
Oh god. Wait, hold on. Is Black Panther Wakanda Forever supposed to be a Disney Plus show, or is that supposed to be a movie?
No, that's coming out in theaters. They will not push that to Disney Plus only for so many reasons. But yes, that is going to go to a theater. And yeah, they're going to be showing Ironheart in Wakanda, which one makes no freaking sense. And two, a character that not many people care for. I don't. Stole Tony Stark's suit.
Nobody cares.
Nobody freaking cares. And I heard that particular comic run was a disaster.
I heard that too. But you know what? That they're not afraid of that. They're doing all sorts of comic runs that didn't do well at all, and they just want to push these fucking narratives like Ms. Marvel and all these. I didn't even remember Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Quantum Mania thing.
I forgot about this. So,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about it too.
Yeah, I did. I like the Ant-Man and the Wasp movies. I
did too. I didn't mind it. I thought it was all right.
I don't trust.
I mean, I like the first one more, but I like Ant-Man and the Wasp as well.
Mm-hmm. Then, of course, there's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I'm nervous about that one.
I really am. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
I like the first one way more than the other ones, or the other one, second one. Yeah, the first one was the best one.
I don't know. I kind of liked them both a little bit equally. Although the opening credits in the second one, I freaking love that. I don't even know what happened in the background because I was watching Baby Groot.
Oh, baby. The second one was okay. I thought that whole thing with Ego was wasted. Like, where'd he go? Like, where the fuck is Ego now? I don't know. I didn't like it.
Oh man, but yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about pretty much all of these.
That movie made me cry.
Which one?
In a good way or in a bad way?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Like in a good way, Tom?
I
like
actually like it probably better than the first movie, yeah.
Really? I didn't like it as much as the first one. That's so sweet. I didn't know that you liked it more.
Yeah, and
then there's the Marvels.
The Marvels, yeah. Remember, it was supposed to be Captain Marvel too.
Ice cream store.
Oh God! Can I just say how pissed off I am that they made Marvel a woman?
Yes, because I was annoyed about it too. But I mean, like, honestly though, like, does anyone really care like about the Marvels? Because I really don't. Like, I'm legit asking here, does anyone actually care about this movie? Like, I don't understand why they care. Like, okay, to be perfectly honest, I'm gonna admit it. I have a little bit of a care for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and a little bit of a tiny bit of a care for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, especially knowing that, like, basically Volume 3, that's like the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy, because we know Drax is not gonna be in it anymore after that. He's out. We know, I think Chris Pratt is pretty much out. So, like, that is the end of that saga, or not saga, whatever, the movies,
trilogy. Yeah.
The trilogy. The Marvels, like, no, like, I didn't like Miss Marvel. I thought Miss Marvel fucking sucked with Brie Larson. I'm not watching
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. Sorry.
Yeah.
That stupid movie. I didn't like it. This new one with this Pakistani Miss Marvel, or whatever the fuck it is, I'm not even watching that. I don't care. I didn't give a shit about the new Miss Marvel that they made with the black one. What in WandaVision? What's her name?
Oh God, that's Monica Rambeau. So
yeah,
that's
Monica
Rambeau, who was the original Captain Marvel, but you took the job away from a black woman and you gave it to Brie Larson. Anyway.
But I didn't like the new style that they did. Like the comic book style's way cooler, and they didn't decide to do that, so they went and decided to, like, I'll go fire her or whatever. So, like, I don't respond to her. I don't like her. And then, who else is there? I think there's going to be a new one that they're going to introduce in the new one.
I thought
but they're all going to get together, and that's the movie.
Yeah, it's like Ms. Marvel, and then you have Monica Rambeau, and then you have Carol Danvers. Exactly. Was it Monica, or was it where am I getting? I'm getting Monica and Maria.
Is it Monica?
Mixed
Yeah, maybe
up.
it is Monica Rambeau.
I thought Maria was first. Maria Rambeau.
Her mother, you mean? Her mother?
Yeah, her mother.
And she was in Doctor Strange Part 2.
Yeah.
I thought in the comic books it was like the white woman. I forget what her name was, but she's the one that got her powers from Marvel, like the alien.
Don't matter. They all stole them from a white man.
Yeah, I guess so. And then while the karma came around to bite her in the ass though, because Rogue got her powers, and then that's
So
what
there
happened.
you go. She was an older lady. Oh, okay. See, this is why I asked y'all.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
the Fantastic Four movie, no, they have not had a good Fantastic Four movie like ever. So
Yeah,
I
they dropped the
don't,
ball on it.
I don't even want them to even attempt that.
One, they already basically made a joke out of Mr. Fantastic and Doctor Strange. So but that's a bad sign already. That's a bad sign. It's like, oh, we're just gonna make him a fucking joke.
Make him
every
a
other
joke,
one.
and then you're gonna kill him. Right then and there.
It's already a bad sign.
Killed
Why
in
am I
order,
looking forward to
what
that?
was it?
They can't write villains.
Yeah,
Doctor Doom. Like, is that gonna be a good misunderstood Doctor Doom? No thanks.
No. I'd rather stick with the Doctor Doom that was in Fantastic Four, played by one of the guys in the show Nip Tuck, which is a really good series.
I never watched that because I can't stand plastic surgery. So I was like, I can't watch this show.
They don't show like the gross stuff. It's not really about the plastic surgery itself. It's basically about those two whoring ass plastic surgeons. That's what the whole series is basically about.
I did love the theme song for it though. One of the best songs ever.
It was freaking awesome.
What the hell's Untitled Marvel movie?
That's called We Don't Know What
We
We Want, but we're gonna put these people on in here, and we're gonna get these movies in here and get these people on.
One of those is Blade, and probably the other one's Deadpool 3 or something.
Oh, I forgot about Blade.
That's right, Blade.
They're gonna F it up.
Why didn't they even announce it on here? That's because Blade is coming out. Like, they should have Blade on here, but where's Blade? There's no Blade. There's no respect.
Yeah, they just said forget that. But yeah, Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3. And did you hear that they came out and they said like it's gonna be a rated R movie and they're letting us do whatever we want? And I'm like, yo, right.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I freaking see it. And I do not think that is ever gonna like freaking happen.
This is exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna be emo Doom.
Look at this. Okay,
that's what it is.
Moon Knight.
Whatever, it'll be Victoria Von Doom.
Victoria Von.
She'll have daddy issues.
She might be non-binary. Shoot.
Oh God, yes.
You know that's next. God, you know that's next.
I'm willing to bet that February date though of 2024 is Deadpool 3.
I think you're right.
I agree. Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah. And the other one's Blade.
The other one's Blade. Mm-hmm.
Because
they picked the writer for Blade.
Oh God! What if season 2?
Ms. Marvel? No.
I actually watched season 1.
I had to skip that. It was
so bad.
It was just not my thing. I just said no.
It was so bad, and I don't recommend it. There was only like one good episode, and that was like the evil Doctor Strange one, which is basically the premise of the second movie or this new movie. Was pretty much what it was.
Ms. Marvel. We're going to touch on that in a little bit, but let's see. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I'm actually pretty cool with that. That doesn't.
I'm all right with that because I probably won't watch it, but the holiday specials are always fun.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Secret Invasion. I'm really not into. I've heard rumblings about it, but I even
is
forget
Secret Invasion the whole like what is it called? Captain Marvel people. What are those aliens called?
The Skrulls.
The Skrulls, yeah. Is that what the Secret Invasion is? Like the Skrulls?
I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the chat or Tom.
Or deny.
Yeah,
I believe so, and I think it sets up Secret Wars, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's.
Okay, because that's what some people have been saying. Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat's confirming Skrulls. That's right. Okay. Yeah, maybe have Skrull Wars.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And of course, Agatha House of Harkness.
God,
sounds so awful.
I don't freaking want that. She wasn't that interesting.
Nobody want that.
Nobody wanted that.
Old days of what is it supposed to be? Where she's a witch from what 1600 or 1500?
Some shit like that.
Salem witch trials and everything. But go watch Hocus Pocus. Okay.
Yeah. I know
the first one.
The first
Yes.
one, not,
Not
the
the s-
remake
not
that
the
they're
s-
gonna come out with.
Not that crap. Yeah, not the
No.
warmed over crap. Go watch the first one. It's pretty
Armor
much the same
Wars.
freaking
What the
thing.
fuck is that?
Supposedly, I think Rhodey is supposed to be somehow hunting down Stark Tech. If I all I know
I think
is
that's
Tony
setting up
Stark.
Ironheart.
See,
I
there's
think that's going to be the bridge. Armor Wars is probably the bridge between Iron Man and Ironheart.
okay. Because here's Echo, which God, I don't know why. I don't freaking
Nobody's
what
watching.
Echo is the bad guy that was in Hawkeye, and that's going to have Daredevil in it.
Bad
Yeah.
woman.
She was a chick. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bad woman.
She's the bad,
bad
woman.
No,
Women.
she was misunderstood, and she was used.
misunderstood. And she was like, handicap representation. Oh, fuck, I'm sorry.
God, I can't. I enjoyed Hawkeye for what it was because it had a Christmas theme in it.
Yeah.
I didn't expect a whole lot. Guessed the whole plot within the first 2 episodes, so
I
that
gotta
didn't really
finish that.
bother me. That was fun to watch, especially the Tracksuit Mafia. But Echo, no freaking reason why that's needed. Along with Ironheart and oh god, Untitled Wakanda series. I did hear about that.
I heard about that for a while now, though. I actually thought that the Untitled Wakanda series was going to drop before the Wakanda movie. That's why I was confused about that. Because I think originally that was the plan, is that they wanted to drop the series on Disney Plus, and then they changed it.
I thought that they were definitely doing the second movie first.
Mm.
And then having that flow into
Because I
Disney
also
Plus
heard that
series.
there was a lot of drama with that girl that played Sherry. That's what happened, is that they had so much drama with her because of the whole COVID thing, and then the whole mask thing, and then she made some statements they didn't like, so they thought about maybe replacing her.
They're not
So a
gonna
lot of stuff
replace her.
happened.
They're not
Yeah.
gonna. They replace her, and that would have been a PR freaking nightmare for
Yeah.
them under their quote unquote banner of diversity. Nah, that ain't happening.
Yeah, they changed their mind on that pretty quick.
That is not gonna happen. But yeah, that's all the Phase 4 stuff. I don't even think that they really have a plan. Feige's just basically saying, go kind of pretty much just hang in there. Just hang in there while we figure out. But you're going to start to see kind of where we're going a little bit, which makes me wonder how much of this stuff in production is going to wind up getting reshoots because they have to switch direction.
Right. Or even made. I mean, honestly, I don't know if Echo is going to be made. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Like, they've announced it, but like, really, like, when they're going to start looking at numbers that Miss Marvel is dropping,
So I don't think they're in
you know?
production yet because I think,
Like, come
I
on.
don't even think any of these are.
Agatha, like
yet.
House of Harkness, I don't know if that's going to be made. Like, I'm going to come right out and say, when they're looking at some of these numbers, they're going to be like, do we really want to make this?
Armor Wars will definitely be made.
That one
That
might be
one
made.
will.
Yeah.
That one will.
Because it's
Agatha,
that bridge
I
to
don't think
Ironheart
so.
or whatever. I could see that.
Yeah.
But Agatha and Echo, I mean, they say they're going to make it, but they've said a lot of things, even with Star Wars.
Because it
I mean,
could be a vapor show. But I think the reason why I know Armor Wars is in production is because Don Cheadle did put a tweet out on Twitter I want to say like maybe late last year, where they actually had the writer's room put together for that. So I do know that they were starting to work on a pre-production for Armor Wars, but that's the last one that I know of. I don't think any of these. I think these are just vapor shows.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm surprised if we're going to talk vapor shows, like where's Daredevil? Because they've announced that
exactly.
too.
Daredevil's
I don't
not
see
there.
Daredevil's on there.
Ugh.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I never thought I would. I honestly, as much as I love the MCU movies, after I left the theater for Endgame, I didn't think I would ever feel like this about MCU properties.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even deal anymore. Like, I saw Morbius and I was like,
oh Lord, that was
really, like,
crap.
Is this where we're going with everything now? Is like just garbage. I don't want to watch garbage anymore. I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over garbage. That's why, like, I I'm so over Disney and Disney Plus that like I went and
Don't you
signed
badmouth
up.
Morbius.
I'm gonna fucking badmouth
Morbius
man.
is
That
a
shit was
masterpiece.
Trash.
Morbius.
But, like,
oh my god.
I'm so like
can't.
upset about Disney Plus and Disney and just the MCU in general that like I went and signed up for the Daily Wire just so I can support Gina Carano and I watched her movie. Like I'm so done with Disney. I'm just so fucking done, but maybe that's just me. I'm fucking done.
Some people are done. Some people like me because I have Disney Plus for the grand sum total of 1 penny. I believe I'm overpaying because I mostly watch Hulu. So that's pretty much why. With Disney, I tell people I'm more of the 90s Disney fan. So the stuff that was like made from the 90s and before that, that's the stuff that I love. But Disney has been gutting their own properties way before they got to Star Wars and way before they got to Marvel. So I totally freaking get it. There's things now where I won't see the movie in the theater, like Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm not watching that in the theater.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
watching it
think
when
I'm
it
gonna
comes
watch that
on. I'm
either.
watching it when it comes on Disney Plus. Lightyear, screw that. Wait until that comes on Disney Plus. I'm not seeing it. Disney has to earn my business for me to actually walk in a theater and see it, any of their stuff. And it's not working. It's not working. People don't want to be preached to. People don't want to see half-assed, characters. They'll get that base that will go to see their movies, but eventually that's going to start tapering off, and it's already happening.
For the record, I think Tom was joking.
Yes, he
Pretty
was.
sure he was fucking
He was joking.
He was, yes.
Just letting everybody know.
Yeah.
No, I do love Morbius, but for all the wrong reasons.
Morbius is a really good movie to give the MST3K.
Morbius is junk food.
Yeah.
You know it's not good for you. You know it's not good. But you can't stop watching it when you start watching it because it's got to be one of the worst movies ever made.
I would never go and watch it again. Like the first time I laughed my ass off because I was like, I can't believe this is an actual movie, but I'll never watch it again.
Morbius is a masterpiece.
Effing man.
Wow.
God, it was Morbius. I couldn't. I watched it and I was so disappointed because I didn't know anything about the Morbius character. Yes, it is.
Yes, it's the room. It's the room of superhero movies.
This
yes.
is so funny. Yes. I'm sorry, but that's hilarious.
It isn't. That's true.
That's true. It's not. It's not. Literally, it's the best movie to just put on. And
it's the best movie from the 90s we never got.
Oh my God. You guys, that's so funny.
I would.
It is one of those gloriously bad. It's good movies, yes. Like the dialogue is so hokey and on the nose. The shit that happens, like it gives a new meaning to the term batshit crazy, right? Like by the end of that movie,
yeah, batshit crazy. That's true.
It's Sharknado level, but they are completely serious with it. Like they are.
Yes,
yeah, I agree.
They're serious. It was definitely a serious movie, which I was like, really? Like no.
But see, that's what makes it better, Nina. Like, if they were actually trying to make a Sharknado movie, I'd be like, fuck this, I don't need to watch this. The fact that they actually tried,
I know,
and the fact that Jared Leto actually thought he was doing a good job.
The only person that was doing a good job was Matt Smith, and he basically reprised his role of Doctor
and he's just...
Who.
And he's just chewing the scenery up. Yeah,
Doctor Who, like that was his role. I was like, oh, okay, so he just misses Doctor Who. That's what's going on.
He's just chewing the scenery up and everything he's in that. But it's a glorious, glorious disaster.
I would watch that again before I'd watch Captain Marvel. Let's put that way.
Exactly, right? At least you have fun watching how bad. See, with Captain Marvel, it's just a bad movie in general. You're just like, it's boring. The characters are unlikable. You're constantly going, well, that's dumb. Well, that's even dumber than dumb. Wait, that's how he lost his eye? Well, that's fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, at least Morbius, they didn't really like screw his character over
no.
all that much. Like
they're completely genuine. They're completely like it thinks it is what it is, and it's just You're watching it. It's like, you poor soul.
Yeah, it's just like, dang, it's just not getting any better.
What is
for
the
him,
Southern
is it?
saying? Oh, child, or what is it?
Poor
Bless your
sweet
heart.
summer
Bless
child.
your heart.
Yes,
Bless
poor
your
sweet
heart.
summer child. Bless your heart. Exactly. Lord not knows what they do.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
With
first
that,
one-
though, we have some super chats, so I'm gonna duck in the back so you
Yes.
ladies can take care of business.
Thank you guys. First of all, it's been like over 500 of you all watching tonight.
Hey.
So thank you so much. Please do hit that
Thank
like
you.
button and share the stream.
Yeah.
So do appreciate that. Let's see. So first one up, we have Darius for $5. Thank you so very much, my dear. Disney is a dumpster on fire while fostering down a flooded street after Katrina.
Oh wow.
Especially with the stock price. I think it's at like $92, I think so right now. Granted, if I sold mine, I'd still make money. But yeah, it really is. And Disney does not like to acknowledge bad news. They'll just like stick their fingers in their ear. They're just like, everything is fine. Like that
Everything's
meme.
fine. Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is fine. This is
I'm just
fine.
here. Yeah. I'll say one more thing about Morbius. It did stay somewhat true to the character, but what makes me really nervous about it is the fact that like the Black Cat is my favorite Marvel female person. Well, either other than like, Rogue and X-Men and blah blah blah, but like, the Black Cat's amazing, and that's kind of like where like that's her storyline. And now they're gonna make like a jokey Black Cat. Like, I don't know. It makes me nervous. I don't like that. That's gonna hurt me because I love the Black Cat so much. So I'm like, oh man, this sucks.
Let's see. We have Fletcher Williams. That's for you.
Yes, Fletcher Williams for a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Fletcher Williams. Now I don't want them to touch the Fantastic Four. Well, we don't want them to either, Fletcher Williams.
Stay away from Fantastic Four. Even the guy who was supposed to originally direct it, he directed No Way Home. He's just like,
I feel like if they do make
John
like
Watts.
the
John Watts. Yeah.
I feel like if they do make the Fantastic Four, it's going to be Sue Storm is going to be the leader of the Fantastic Four because somehow Mr. Fantastic's going to be a fucking
Johnny's
retard.
going to be flaming gay. Hear it now.
Gay. He's going to be divorced from Mr. Fantastic. You have to have this dysfunctional family going.
Oh,
on.
sure. Yeah. And then maybe somehow the flaming dude is going to be gay with the Thing because they're going to do some sort of weird thing with that.
Yeah.
And then
Oh no, Leslie Jones is going to be the Thing you watch.
Okay. And then you're going to have misunderstood Dr. Doom / non-binary Dr. Doom. So that it's just going to be a fucking shit show. I feel like I don't know.
Can't you see the jokes writing themselves already?
Totally.
Like she's sitting there going, I spent my life as a black woman. Now I'm a brick bitch.
Oh my God. That's going in the movie.
It writes itself.
Oh God, I can't. And we can't keep giving him ideas either. Next thing you know, it's gonna be in the freaking movie.
Misunderstood. It's gonna be Ms.
MX understood.
It's gonna be Mix Victoria Von Doom understood.
That's what it's gonna be. She
Thang.
She thang.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be
I can't. Oh God. Let's see, Nina. This one's for you. Wild
Man Beyond. Thank you so much for the $4.99. It says, I agree with you, ladies. The sympathetic villain crap is getting on my nerves. Yeah, man, it's getting old.
Well, it's coming from the place that all these people can't relate to actual heroes, right? And actual heroism and what it actually takes to sacrifice oneself for others.
That's why they want to like promote the space Nazis now and like freaking Star Wars because they're like, we can't see ourselves as the rebellion and actually winning. By the way, the rebellion's amazing.
Hell yeah. No, I have a shirt with that on it. I would not dig on that hat. at all. Green Lion is right. Yeah, they can use the Commodore song in that movie now. She's a brick house.
She's mighty. Well, I don't know. Well,
She's mighty, letting it all hang out.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. So we have.
I think we read that.
Security.
Yeah, we read that one. Let's see. I think we're up to. That's funny.
Wait,
We're
oops,
up to
sorry.
Big
We're on this one.
Raj. Yeah, Big
Big
Raj with a
Raj?
$1.99 Canadian
Hi.
super sticker, loony and 99 cents.
Almost a toonie.
Thumbs up. Thank you so very much for
Thanks,
that.
Big
I
Raj.
appreciate
You're
that.
amazing.
Awesome.
And then we have Action Com.
Action Com, I think that's right.
Yes, Action Com for a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Action Com. Wait a minute. You'll praise Peaky Blinders, but you won't mention one word about Boardwalk Empire. No,
I haven't seen it.
Boardwalk Empire.
Have
was
not
great
seen it.
To Action Com, and it's very much like Peaky Blinders, except of course, Boardwalk Empire is about the casinos in Atlantic City.
Yes.
I'm ashamed of you guys.
Well,
Action
I knew of it. I just didn't have HBO at the time, so I never
Yeah,
picked it
me
up.
either.
But I heard such great things about that particular show. Wasn't
It's around
Steve
the same-
Buscemi in that?
Yeah.
That's right. And it was around the
Right.
same time, I guess, what, 20s, 30s?
Yes, that
Very, very
20s
good
era.
series, too.
You know what? That might be my next show. Oh my God.
Oh, Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah, I might check that out because I kind of like, when you're coming off that Peaky Blinders high of like, the 1920s, and you're like, oh man, I want to watch another show like that. Maybe I'll check out Boardwalk Empire. But
You will love
also,
Boardwalk Empire.
I really want to check out The Wire, sorry, Sopranos, because I've never seen The Sopranos. So
You've never? Oh my God, Nina,
I have
that
to catch up
I
on.
freaking love that show. Even
I
though
think-
that's another show that's too close to kind of like my life or where I used to live, because I lived in Philly, so you kind of knew about the mob and
I feel you. I
Jersey.
feel you. I know what you mean. So yeah, it's either gonna be Sopranos or Boardwalk Empire, something like that. Something good.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky frippin' Blinders.
Peaky
Before I
fucking
forget,
Blinders.
Mr. Nelson put this one in. I had to show this to y'all.
Gosh,
my
that's
gosh.
good.
Oh man, this is a trip. There's Wasp down there.
Is it just me, or is like does Kevin Feige look like EVS a little bit? I feel like he's
That's not nice.
in this.
does,
in
but it's
this,
still
like
not
it just
nice.
resembles.
Yeah, and I can't
EVS.
even decide which one that's nice too, really, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but he
like,
kind of does in that
drawing
picture for
is
sure.
A little like Ethan, but
What's her name? She-Hulk. I feel bad for her.
Ethan
Why
would
does
never wear that outfit.
no? Yes, he
wear something
would.
more colorful and different.
I've seen him wear that.
He would, but he wouldn't wear that hat.
Yeah, he wouldn't wear that hat.
He would put
Why-
a top hat on or something like that would match.
Why
yeah.
does
Something that's a
Doctor
little
Strange look like
different.
he's pulling a Biden on everybody? He's like sniffing freaking. He's pulling a Biden.
sniffing Feige's hair.
Oh my God! Speaking of Biden, did you guys see him fall off a bike?
Yes. Fell off a bike while he was standing. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, thank you, Mr. Nelson. As usual, he put some really
Yes,
cool
that was
art.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love it.
Let's see. I think it's
200 Watt Studios for $2 says, "Can't believe you guys don't want She-Hulk McBeal."
If there's sex in it, I'll take it, but it's got to have some kind of sex. I mean, even in Ally McBeal, there was
There's
sex
no
in it.
sex in this city.
Let's see. Kwang Su for $20. Thank you so much, my dear, and love that avatar you got going on. I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp did a good job of having them both even with saving each other, but it was completely unbalanced with Ant-Man being the butt of so many jokes, but
Mhm.
Wasp only lightly being made fun of once. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, that's like kind of like the start of like, oh, let's make everyone, especially white men, into a joke. Like everyone's gonna be the fucking butt of a joke now.
Let's put it this way, you're gonna be the butt of a joke. First, you'll be the butt of a joke if you're a white man character in there. If you're a black man character in there, eventually you will be the butt of the joke too, if there's a woman involved.
Yep.
And if you're part of the Skittles Nation, that trumps everybody. So just
Just
saying that.
Yeah.
Just saying that. And
And Wildman
yeah.
Beyond for $1.99 super chat says, "Did you hear about Chris Evans? I think he's talking about the comments about
say that.
Jurassic
Oh
Park.
yes.
We were gonna save this for
sounding-
later, but
He
Why
was
not talk
like,
about it now?
yeah.
didn't realize that he was picking a film that made more than the film he was in, or it was a dig at people who like Jurassic Park. Maybe?
No, it was a dig at
Mm-mm.
basically saying you homophobes need to get with it. You know what? Eventually, you don't like this movie because there's a same-sex kiss in it. So you're going to die off like the dinosaurs that got hit by a meteor. So that was his Chris Evans way of throwing shade at you for if you had a problem with the movie.
Yeah, that is some shade.
Was it a same-sex kiss?
You know what's gonna die off? Your fucking movie when you have countries ask you to cut out that gay scene so that they can play it in their countries and you refuse to do it. So how much money did you lose just because you decided not to be, just a little bit, like just pull back a little bit for those countries alone? Like that's
We're getting some reports though, even though they didn't cut it out in those 18 countries that it didn't get released in, that in some Latin America market it was edited out of. Evidently.
I've heard that.
We haven't been able to confirm it yet. Yeah,
because I haven't watched it, and I don't know anyone that has. But I know people that like this shit, so I'm gonna ask.
So to be clear, for those who are curious, what the hell's going on? There's a gay couple in the film, and there's a gay kiss scene and all that stuff like that. Which it's
by the
basically
way, it's not
from
Buzz. Like Buzz is
no. It's two mothers. But from what we've heard, it could easily be edited out. And that's probably what it was intended, or the reason it was put in the way it was, is so they could edit it out in these other markets. But I believe that they have been called to task enough times that they know if they did it this time, and like last time with Doctor Strange, that it would have been they would have gotten in trouble for it. They would have got called out for being transphobe or homophobe. That's the thing, is they're at this point where they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. Right? And I just love Chris's ironic...
It's so funny.
You can't make this shit up. Exactly.
No, it writes itself. So I just think it's hilarious.
Because it just happened to be the timing.
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as you say, this kind of crap, throwing shade on Lightyear, then your movie gets stomped on by the second worst Jurassic Park.
Well, not only that, it's in its second weekend.
Ouch.
And Top Gun made almost as much in its sixth weekend now.
I'm gonna say one more thing, and I think this is what pissed me off the most about this, because I don't really give a shit about the gay scene. Like I really don't. What really pissed me off about this movie, and I probably would have watched it had Tim Allen been actually in the movie.
Oh yeah.
I got pissed off because of the reason that they gave for Tim Allen not being in the movie. And their reason was that because this movie is supposed to be like kind of like a prequel to everything, right? So it's supposed to be about what the toy is based on, which is this actor that does this fucking show and blah, blah, blah. So they're saying that the voice is technically the voice of the actor because that was the voice of the toy. Like Tim Allen was the voice of the toy. But in the original Toy Story, they said that the actor came and did the voice for the toy. That was the whole fucking thing. That's why it was so popular, because he could talk and it was the voice of the actor. So that whole fucking thing falls apart when they do that. And you're basically like, undoing your own movie. And that's the whole shindig about not casting Tim Allen. But we know why they didn't cast Tim Allen. We
There's
know why.
two reasons. One, he is, a conservative, although he is still doing work with Disney. However, what they decided to do is again try to be hip and more appealing, which is why they went with Chris Evans and basically shot themselves in the foot. Because if the kid, like say, if you're a kid and you have a Buzz Lightyear toy, that sounds like Tim Allen. Do you really want to go to this movie where Buzz Lightyear doesn't sound like Buzz Lightyear?
It's so
it makes no freaking
and kids
sense.
aren't stupid. Like you think kids are gonna go to this movie and be like, what the fuck? Like, why does Buzz sound different? Like they're gonna know, like they have hearing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they know, but it all goes down to the fact that you have Pete Docter running Pixar. He doesn't have the vision as John Lasseter does. And you're right. They think that kids are stupid. They basically think that their viewers are stupid.
You do.
And this was a movie nobody freaking asked for. I mean, no one asked for Toy Story 4, but at least all that crap was consistent.
Yeah. But I mean, for me though, like I gotta say, Toy Story ended with Toy Story 3.
Totally.
Done. Like
totally did. That should
especially because I actually went through an emotional roller coaster and I cried at the end of Toy Story 3. And I was like, you know what? Like I'm not doing this again. Like you already got me.
Was so on purpose. That scene, spoiler alert, where they
and Toy Story 4 goes against everything that the first 3 movies are about.
Exactly. Like I was done. I was like, I'm done with you.
I was like, whatever. All right. It's it's nice eye candy to look at.
Toy Story 4 was milking it. Like that was it. They were like, oh, okay, we're not done.
No, you have spent 3 movies where you have Woody, whose main mantra is toys have a purpose. Yes. No matter what, they should be loyal to their owner.
Yes. Right.
And then you have this 4th movie where the whole story is about him having this crisis of identity. Like going, well, Andy's too old and moved on, and I don't really like my new owner as much as I miss Bo Peep. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, what is this story supposed to be?
Crisis of identity. Isn't that a funny theme with Thor? Like, it's like every time it's like there's a good character. It's like let's make them doubt their entire worth and like their own identity so that we can have another fucking story. It's like, no, it doesn't work.
Nah, just like learn the fact that the end of Toy Story 3 was absolutely perfect because Andy, he knew it was time for his toys to get passed on to Bonnie, and he goes through each toy and tells her what makes those toys so special. And that was like that rite of passage. Like, I'm growing up, these toys are with their new owner, and even Woody's like trying to get everybody, trying to take over the darn room,
and it's like that was like the whole thing, right? Like and that's a whole generation of people, because we went through that. Like we went through having the toys that we played with to a point where we grew up with this series and then gave away our toys and then realized like, that we're grown up now and we're moving on with our lives. So that's why like it touched so many people, and on such a different level. And then they're like, no, we're gonna take that from you, like we take everything else.
A-holes. Let's see who's next for Nicholas Horton.
Is it me? I don't know.
I think it's you. Go ahead, take it, Nina.
Nicholas Horton, thank you so much for your generosity. With another 10, says, as an anime fan, like most of us here, I'd like more Battle Angel Alita movies. Me too. But the way Hollywood is now, and especially Disney, i.e. woke, I'd rather wait until the woke infection has been purged. I 100% agree with you.
You might be getting them though.
I don't know if you ever will, because now Cameron switched over to Avatar again. So I don't know if you're ever going to get Alita again.
We heard from a couple different places that the only reason Rodriguez played nice and did Boba Fett the way he did is so he would have an in for Alita 2. And he kind of confirmed that in an interview. He said that in so many words, he basically said what I said. He didn't say it exactly like that, though. He just said that, like, he hopes it's successful, so this leads to battle.
But I can tell you this: the one thing I don't think that I honestly I don't know if they'll be able to do it is it's not even, it has nothing to do with wokeness or anything. But Alita Battle Angel, I don't know if you guys have read the manga, but it gets next level insane, because there's like the Japanese insanity threshold that it crosses, and you're like, holy fuck? Like, how would they ever adapt this to a Western style movie with a Western style audience? Like, you would actually have to be very good and creative. And I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it.
I
don't
don't
know.
think so. I mean, I haven't seen Alita. People have told me about it, so I have not seen it. But with the whole genre of doing, like, say, live anime, live action, like I think Justin Lin is doing One Punch Man. I really
It's
don't
good.
trust him to do that.
It's good, Lorena, though. Like the first one, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but man, it was
What,
fucking
Alita?
great. Yeah, Alita was
I
great.
have heard amazing things about
Yeah,
about
it was good.
Alita. So
I
it's
just
one of
don't know
those
if they'll ever
movies.
do the acting right. Like, there's no way in hell. Have you read it, RM? Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
haven't, but I've seen part of the film, and I liked the film. So
Yeah, the film's great.
Mhm.
Next
Let's
one?
see. Next one we have Idea Aidor. I hope I said it right. Idea Aidor for $5. Thank you so very much for that generous super chat, my dear. Black Panther 2 has me worried. Me too. They're not recasting or killing T'Challa, so what then? Exactly. Nina, no fear hiding those lovely locks under the hat.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have time to do my beautiful hair out today, so it's in a braid. It's just gonna stay that
It's
way.
functional.
Yeah.
Functional. Yeah,
It's
I would be worried about Black Panther too. I mean,
I'm
I
worried
really
about all
would.
of it.
It's a lot, but especially Black Panther, considering how
Yeah.
great of a performance Chadwick Boseman did, and unfortunately we've lost him. So, as much as the actress who plays Shuri, is actually pretty good. No, I really don't. Ryan Coogler supposedly has a snapped up, but we'll have to see. I don't have a whole lot of faith in it.
I don't either.
Just real quick, Nicholas Horton says Trigun's getting a new
They
anime
are.
adaptation coming out in 2023.
Yes.
Now that's exciting.
Yes.
That's exciting. I think that would be good.
I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they will not mess it up, because
I mean, if they do it right.
Trigun.
Yeah. But anime is usually pretty good. So thanks for that info. I didn't know that.
Ooh, and Maxim Overdrive for a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Maxim Overdrive. Good evening, ladies.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hi.
I don't understand why they're still doing Secret Invasion. They neutered the Skrulls. The whole purpose for
I guess a Secret
Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
In the comics was Galactus destroyed their worlds, one of two. Oh, $20 Maximum Overdrive. Can I read it?
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah,
girl.
go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Wow, $20. Thank you so much, Maximum Overdrive. So generous. 2 of 2. So they come to Earth and start to replace the heroes and villains so they can easily take over. But Marvel took the teeth out of them and made them the good guys and made them into sympathetic and misunderstood.
Yeah, I think they were trying to make them some kind of allegory for like dreamers or some shit like that. And I don't know if they're going to stick with that or not, but yeah, they were trying to stick with the whole immigration kind of ideals, I think. And that's another problem with Captain Marvel. That's where they originated in this universe. And that was a problem with that film. And then that carried into, and it was one of the reasons why I didn't like Far From Home, was the Skrull bullshit. It just really kind of took me out at the end. I'm like, like, fuck that noise. So you're saying now, all this stuff. No, I was just saying, so you're saying now that that's not really Samuel Jackson's character and all that bullshit they had go on with it. So
man.
Thank you, Maximum Overdrive. So generous. Thank you
very much for that.
And Vertical Horizons agrees there. There you go.
They do just okay. Let's see. Dark King for $2 Australian. Thank you so much, my dear. I recommend Mr. In Between, which is a black comedy crime show.
Okay.
Mr. In Between.
I've never heard of it before.
Let me see. I'm looking this up right now. Oh, okay. It looks like it premiered on a FX in the States here in 2018. So cool. I will have to look that. I'll have to look that up. I will have to look that up. Thank you so much for that recommendation.
I'm not familiar with it either.
And 200 Watt Studio for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, 200 Watt Studio. The new FF movie should have Chris Evans being Rogered by the Thing in the Baxter Building bathroom. This is what activates his flaming on. Okay. I think this Fantastic Four film is going to be unrecognizable.
I agree. Although, oh Lord, I'm not going to be able to get that picture out of my head.
Yeah. Then we got Mecca J.
Yeah, we have Mecca J for $5. Thank you so very much for that super chat. Sure to appreciate it. Evans needs to take a page out of the new Captain America and do better.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Ooh, let's watch. Let's watch for a $5 super chat. I like that name. Let's watch. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's much appreciated. At least Toy Story 4 made $1 billion. Lightyear will be lucky if it hits 500 million.
Yeah, as Toy Story 4 was basically riding on the success of the third film. And part of the reason people probably turned away, and not the only reason, but part of the reason people turned away from Lightyear was probably Toy Story 4. On top of the other things, the two being the biggest, that Tim Allen wasn't involved, and the whole gay kiss thing has a lot of parents upset because they're like, how do I don't want to have to explain to a 5-year-old where babies come from, let alone how two moms could have a baby, is what I've heard many people say. And those who did go see it said it was a very awkward situation with their kids if they asked about it. So I can see that being a problem. And why parents, and that's the thing, Disney is supposed to be a trusted name, Pixar as well. And at this point, I feel like both have lost the trust of the consumers. And Trey Michael asks, ladies, did you hear about the what if Miles Morales was Thor and how the writers stood by, stereotyping black people? I heard a little bit about this, but
I heard a little bit, but not too much. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it tomorrow on the Real BBC, but
I haven't heard too much about it. I don't know which one of the Dark Council guys either put a video out or one is coming out soon, but I do know that it is on their radar. So I need to catch up on that. Wow. Ugh. Yeah, it's something else.
And I believe we are caught up on the super chat, so I didn't know if there was anything else. Oh, we got one more just come in here.
Oh,
it's 200 Watt Studios for $5. It says my MCU moment is you three making turtle noises. Let's go.
Turtle.
Cowabunga!
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, actually,
he's talking about turtle sex noises from my channel. Yeah, those ones that Tom just made. There you go, 200 Watt Studios.
Turtle noises. Turtle. That's a JoJo reference.
He got it from Tom, and I don't think that's what he wanted at all, but that's fine.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man.
I'm watching porn. Get out, dude.
Oh, God, it's so wrong. We have our last story, but very important story. Basically, War on the World is Ezra Miller.
I might actually have a few things to add to this, but
okay, great. So basically, for Zaslav over at Warner Brothers, this is a problem, and more than likely, Ezra Miller is done at DC.
Good. Get out.
I mean, this guy. Here's what.
Well, to be clear, I've heard he's been gone now for a couple weeks. Like, or at least this last week or two with all these recent accusations.
No. Hang on. No. He's been gone. Technically, like from what I understand, they originally said that's why when they had that emergency meeting with Warner Bros.
Right.
And what's it called? DC. I think DC was involved as well. That they were basically saying that Ezra's done as the Flash after this movie.
This was like 2 months ago or whatever it was when
this was like 2-3 months
the
ago.
last accusations,
when the Hawaii attack happened, the second Hawaii attack.
Yes. So what happened was they've been looking into recasting him. And this was already something they were going to do. And the one that I heard that was the leading possibility is Dylan O'Brien, and that was been talked a little bit about. But now they're stuck in a situation where, because at that point they were just going to drop this movie, then they were going to announce that going forward we're recasting the Flash, and play that way. But at that point they were hoping that they would have no more problems with Ezra. I guess they did try to get him some help. That was in a recent report. We don't know if he refused said help or if he just...
He's too far gone.
Whatever happened there, right. But now with these recent accusations, I'm hearing that they're basically looking at the only option they have is to reshoot this thing. Now, that sounds like an insurmountable situation, but I believe that's why we were getting these test screenings here again recently. So they kind of... I bet you they're going to test a really short version of the film to see the least amount they're going to have to do to reshoot this with another actor, probably Dylan O'Brien. Because here's what I was hearing, is they were already kind of more worried about the Amber situation. Yeah. Because and basically, as far as we know, there's no way they can afford to really reshoot this thing. But I try to remind people, they did just spend $80 million on doing extra shit for the Justice League. So don't put it above them to throw another $100 million at this. And I say that because from what I've been hearing, the problem with this is this sets up the next 5 movies.
DCEU movies, yeah.
Yeah, and this is the big return of Michael Keaton. We're even hearing now that he shows up in Aquaman 2. So this is a big deal. They have to put this movie out. There's no way they can't. But now it's, do you put it out with Ezra in it and face the consequences and the wrath?
No, I think they should reshoot.
And that's the thing, is if they would have just released this bastard 2 months ago, like Script Doctor said, and got it out of the way, they probably would have dealt with the least blowout of it.
Well,
now it's too late.
Yeah, dude, at least the grooming allegations wouldn't have been out yet if they had done it 2 months ago.
Right, exactly. That's the problem, is they can't get past
stuff. And that stuff, I mean, I'm telling you, even the weirdos we think are weirdos are like, hey, what the fuck? He's grooming kids. That's weird. Even they don't want to support him anymore. So when you lose your crowd, even in there, what else you got? That's crazy to me, because he doesn't have support even from that community anymore.
And this is kind of what they're doing, because this movie also sets up Supergirl,
Batwoman.
And Batgirl is going to be launched off of that, and that's going to be the other...
Batgirl, sorry.
Yeah, the other film that Keaton has already shot. So that's the other problem, is you already have 3-4 movies besides this one that are already shot. So to them, I think spending another $80 to $100 million to reshoot this, and you shouldn't have to pull back too many actors, because you should be able to get away with doing a lot of digital cropping in and stuff like that, as long as there is an interaction. Because that's the other thing. Everybody's like, well, just deep fake over Ezra's face. You can't. That's the problem. Unless you get him to sign off on it, because this goes back to the whole Back to the Future lawsuit with Crispin Glover, and reusing or using footage of actors without their permission.
But even then, you can't do that. It's gonna look like shit.
Exactly. It's too much of a logistical problem, and by the time you sit down and probably crunch the numbers on how much it would cost for you to do that, compared to just crop him out and shoot another actor in his place, it'd probably be just about the same.
Here's the thing. When people say he's being protected, I don't know if it's so much...
I don't think so anymore. It used to be, yes.
It's so much as protected as... Let's just say I think people are protecting themselves, because Ezra knows a lot of information about a lot of people. Just going to say it.
That could be too, but at this point, he's so far gone that... I don't know if you ladies saw that interview he did for Fantastic Beasts, but he was just
Yes,
completely on another
I've seen a
planet.
lot doing research for my videos.
And
so
and of course his arrest video and some of that other shit. Like
Yeah, I
he
saw that arrest
is.
video where he's dressed like the freaking Joker.
And if you ladies read the recent breakdown of the second restraining order that he had, a protection order that he has against him.
Yes, I've read it.
Yeah, that whole breakdown, it makes him sound so fucking batshit crazy that at this point, Warner can't do anything else other than cut ties with this kid. I mean, they got enough shit to deal with Amber. This is like an
Like I
atomic
said, Tom,
bomb on top of that.
Unless there's people at the very top that Ezra knows for certain other reasons, that's the only reason that he would still be around.
Well, we kind of have a Justice League situation here. And going off of what you're saying, Nina, because I understand what you're saying. But the difference here between, just like when the Justice League came out, we always said, we're not getting a Snyder cut unless this perfect storm of events happen. And that perfect storm of events happened. And one of those main issues was the people that were responsible for the Justice League were no longer in command or control or gone. And that's what happened there. You have a similar situation here. All the people that are responsible for Ezra Miller being a part of this are gone. And that's kind of what we're hearing, is this has been dumped on Zaslav's lap. And I even heard a report that he got so pissed off the other day when that news came out about that second protection order that people could hear him screaming down the hallway.
Wow. I mean, I believe it. Can you imagine? Like, it's insane. If you're
He is so pissed with being saddled with these two right now that was one of the motivations I heard behind Emmerich being fired.
Maybe it's because it's information about him that isn't coming out in the order he wants. Because I'm convinced that, he made these films and he's using part of his notoriety to get a certain message out in let's say, in the news and in reports. And the way that the last two things came out, it wasn't the order that it was supposed to come out. He has many more things I think he wanted to intimate to the world, but he may not be able to. I don't think anyone's really even going to take him seriously anymore, honestly, but he may not be able to get everything out that he wanted to. This is just completely overshadowing any more of his message, which is somewhat deranged at this point.
I'm just not interested in seeing this dude in absolutely anything.
Right.
I mean, my main problem with him and the people protecting him was how many women this dude went after. And you didn't hear anything from the feminists. You didn't hear anything from the quote unquote Me Too crowd. You heard nothing because he's protected because he's part of the Skittles Nation. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I have zero desire to see this dude. I mean, it's one thing when you're going after women, but with these allegations of grooming, first there was the one where one girl, she was 18. So that one, a lot of that I put on the freaking.
No, but she was 12 at the time.
Exactly.
When it started.
12 when it started. And my main issue is with the freaking parents allowing that to go on. So that's
and Fat Steven Seagal has done some great reporting on that stuff. Like he's really gotten to the bottom. So if you have any questions about the Dakota incident, he's done a great breakdown of that. This other incident, though, is a 12-year-old and her mother saying this. Now,
that one.
He didn't physically do anything, but the things that he said and the way he acted at their house was alarming enough that they were allowed this protection order.
But also the other incident, the Dakota incident, which I'll be breaking down too, but like the Dakota incident, we know that Ezra met Dakota's parents about 4 years before he met Dakota, and he met the father at a pipeline protest. And these people, this is where it gets really, really weird and muddy and strange, because I feel like there's a lot of responsibility from the parents, but also it's kind of like woke on woke crime at this point.
It kind of is. You're right. Exactly.
Because the parents are totally like these activists that are taking their 10-year-old
They
daughter
enabled
to
this
protest.
Situation. Yeah, they enabled the situation, and now they're crying foul.
And now they're yeah. And it's just become it's a big mess, but the parents have to take a lot of responsibility here. And why are you letting your kid hang out with this fucking weirdo who was clearly groomed and abused as well? I mean, he's also a victim, but now he's a victim that's turned predator, and it's really fucking upsetting.
And I'm also upset by his comments of, him saying that, you're lucky to have a mentor like him, or you're very lucky to be around someone like him. And it's kind of, so delusional and very misleading, because he's used that line so many times on other people or towards other people, because he was told to say that. I think that he's been getting, honestly, coaching from people who want to use him in this way. And he's, not only do they want to use him that way, but he also wants himself to be used this way. So,
he has been used this way since he was a very, very young child. Like, we're talking extremely young, and he's been groomed. Like this is one of those stories where it goes
there's one statistic that a lot of the LGBTQ community does not want you to know about, and that is the large amount of them who have been molested themselves in some way as a child.
Yeah.
And that usually is and the reason they don't like to bring that up is because that can be pinpointed as a psychological point where somebody will take a turn from one point. It's like, like if you're kidnapped and the way you treat yourself and act around certain people, it's kind of like
Stockholm
a defense
syndrome.
mechanism. Defense mechanism is what I was trying to think of the word. And so they don't want to talk about that, how sometimes that's a triggering effect. And that's what I think we're seeing here, is that vicious circle. So
it
I
is
think
that
you guys
vicious
are right.
circle. That's what I'm saying. It's that vicious circle of when he was definitely a victim, but now that victim's become a predator. Because the thing is that there's a lot of victims, and I mean a lot of them, that don't turn predator. They become the exact opposite. They go into therapy, and they realize what's happened to them, and then they actually fight that exact same, like that thing that they were victims of. They actually become survivors, and they fight against that. This dude, not so much.
Well, and again, it's a very broad thing that I don't want to generalize, right? Like, I'm trying not to, but that's just it. You're right. Like, certain people can get past those things and deal with them in a certain way. Other people, they don't, and they can manifest themselves in other things. Now, I'm not saying that, again, I'm not trying to paint with a broad brush here and saying that all LGBTQ people, I'm just saying there is a pandemic or an epidemic or whatever you want to call it within there that they do not address. That is a big part of this that I believe is being overlooked now because of how, whether it's the psychological or whatever community wants to avoid being called an istophobe now, or they're actually enabling a lot of this shit because they're benefiting from it. I don't know which the answer is.
It's a combination, Tom, because don't forget that they want to add that P into that LGBTQ plus. Okay, they want to add that other P, and if they do add that other P, it goes to to become a protected class as well. And
luckily, a lot of people in that community don't want that.
Nobody
that's the thing.
wants that,
and that's where I've been predicting there's going to be a civil war within that community soon.
There will be, if that adds to the alphabet crew.
Well, and Disney's a big part of it. That's where we're starting to see a pushback. And
it's not gonna
you've had a lot of people in the LGBTQ community coming out in social media and other places saying, no, it is not okay. We do not want our movement hijacked by these people. They are not people that we condone or want around. And you'll have other people say, no, children should not be allowed at, trans strip shows or even pride parades for that matter. There's been a lot of people in that community who have said flat out, no, kids should not be allowed, because the whole point of that is celebrating your sexuality, right? Like, that's not a place for a kid. They've flat out said it. So I was just saying, it's a sect group of people, and Nina's right, that are trying to adopt the movement for themselves for their own nefarious reasons.
There's a lot of stuff going on with this. Like, there's a lot of layers.
That's why I use the term Skittles Nation. It's not the people of the LGBTQ community who are trying to live their lives. You just have a certain activist element in there that is for pushing this. But to also go on to something else, as someone from the outside looking in, I really don't have a high opinion of DC right now for allowing this to go on as long as it has. Then you have the crap that's going on with Amber Turd. I love Michael Keaton to death. But honestly, I don't think I could even watch this movie with Ezra Miller being in. I don't even want to watch Aquaman 2 when it comes out.
And the hypocrisy too, right, Lorena?
I love him, Joseph Momoa.
the hypocrisy of it too, right, Lorena? Because you have Ezra Miller in Fantastic Beasts, which was Johnny Depp's movie, and they fired him from that, and then you had them protect Ezra Miller, whereas then they fired fucking Johnny Depp. And it's there's so much hypocrisy, there's so much crap going on with it.
And you see exactly who's protected and who is not, what the hierarchy is and what it is not. And it's blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Like again, though, I just have to remind people that we have to take into consideration most of the people now that are dealing with this problem are not the ones who created it.
Yes, agreed.
So we have to be a little patient. And I mean, that's like, I mean, if Zaslav really wanted to be a prick, he could just drop the movie now and go out in the public and say, look, I don't condone this kid, but I didn't make this movie and we're going to lose money on it anyway, so whatever. But I don't think he's going to do that because it makes no sense to do that financially.
You can have patience, but the fact is you have Ezra Miller basically being a dick about this. It's one thing if it's like, okay, I've got issues. This is what I'm doing to address it. And basically being very conciliatory about it. This dude's been putting his middle finger up at everybody since it's happened. And that's what I have a problem with.
And being overly aggressive in moments when you shouldn't be.
Exactly.
Overly vocal at moments when you shouldn't be. And, prideful in a situation when most people would be embarrassed because of the implication of doing anything like that. That was not a boastful moment to talk about how great you are when you're being accused of something that's a heinous act. So, that implies that he's, really either, I'm not going to say that he doesn't care this way or the other, but I'm saying that he has to be responsible for his actions, regardless of how he got there.
Well, and that's a whole nother.
And I agree, but I'm just saying that at this point in time, with the amount of research I've done for the videos that I've been doing, I just don't know if it's correct to say that Ezra Miller is being protected because he's part of the LGBTQ plus, or he's a vocal advocate of the LGBTQ plus. I don't think that's the reason that
it could or could not be, but I want to say this much. Don't conflate that right now with Warner, because I will say that sooner than later, they are going to come out and say something or do something about this. They can't not anymore. Even if I didn't know anything, my first instinct would be it's too late. You have to do something drastic now.
Well, and did you see the fucking cover they dropped? I mean, that was
they canceled that, but yeah, that, and believe it or not, that was drawn by the director of the film, Muschietti.
So tone deaf. Like I was like,
well, the timing was totally bad, but yeah,
it was a terrible timing and just awful cover. But I mean, thank God they canceled it. I didn't know they canceled it.
Yeah, I heard this morning they canceled it.
So. How many covers have been shown the star partially nude? Like, are there a lot of them? No, right?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
It's a little strange, isn't it?
It was strange. It was very
strange. It's even Doctor Strange.
Oh, it was weird. It was a weird cover. Can we even show that on here?
No, we probably shouldn't do that.
It's an animated cover. We used it in the video a couple times, so I think we could get away with it.
Did you
Here it is, right here.
Face?
Nah. It is what it is, man. I got it right here. Yep.
Okay.
Andy Muschietti drew this, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in case you're, see his name down there in the bottom right. So just in case you weren't for sure if they really meant that to look like Ezra or not, yes, it's totally supposed to be Ezra.
To be Ezra Miller, yeah.
But why nude? That's the real question. Running around, yes. Quickly changing, yes. But why so nude in that position? It's very awkward. It's very uncomfortable. Even without what's happened, it's still like very exposed for any character. And I can't think of another character that is that nude. Just off the top of my head.
I can't either. Not that.
I'll tell you,
characters.
I love to have.
Like indie comics that I collect where people are nude in it. That's one thing. But in this particular case, this character isn't usually nude, right?
I think no, not this one. And also, he usually has his ring. I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I don't even know, because the Flash has this ring that has the costume in it. So I'm not really sure what is going on with this. But also, like, I think that the nudist kind of thing that I've seen might be maybe the Hulk, like when he's like kind of transformed back from being the Hulk to Bruce Banner. So you kind of get those kind of like, like frontal shots or like, the behind shot or something like that when he's turn back, but usually I don't think I've ever seen ass. Like I don't think I've ever seen like bare ass.
No, that's not usually what you probably see. Sometimes you'll see abs, sometimes you'll see it from like the
Yeah.
waist up. Sometimes there's probably like objects strategically hidden. Like if you see Bruce Banner and you know that he's
Mhm.
back to his human form, you don't see like
Well, they
his
did
naked
show
ass.
Batman's penis not too long ago, didn't they? Because there was like a big deal about that,
Whoa.
wasn't it?
I did not see
I
that.
didn't see
Yeah,
I
I
had
think
no
there
idea
was.
about that
I
one.
mean, I saw
Yeah.
him eating puss, but that was different.
No, there
in
was
a
some
drawing,
deal that,
like a cover, a variant cover.
No, it wasn't in a cover. It was actually in the book itself. But
Oh yeah, I didn't see
Okay.
it.
But Tudor Watt Studio brings up for $5 here that they were so upset when they canceled the Gal Gadot nude comic cover. I didn't know there was one. I think he's
I
being
didn't know there
ironic.
was
I didn't know
one.
that.
I think he's being facetious.
I think you're fucking around.
Yeah, I think he's joking because, like,
But
you know,
this one
the male
almost-
gaze thing. Yeah.
Like even the angle is weird. Like
Yeah, it's very gay. That's what it is. It's a very gay angle.
Well, the
It's-
thing with this is Andy would have had to start doing this long enough ago that I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that this is a new, like when you look up in the encyclopedia what irony is all about, this is now the definition. Because there's no way that they would have known this was going to happen. And then the chances of them, and this getting out there no less, the same damn near day that the news dropped that he had the second protection order against him. Like that's like I almost want to feel bad for Andy, but I don't.
No, he knows. These people all know.
Yeah, because that's the
thing.
problem. Is Lord knows what the hell.
Is these people, they
Yeah.
all know.
So I think I started hearing if it
Ezra's
wasn't
background. They know where he came from. They know his story. They know how many problems he's had. They know all of it. They know all of it. And this is it's annoying. It's all annoying. It's all very annoying.
But again, he's another person who is saddled with this actor because of Zack Snyder and Emmerich and Sarnoff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and to a point, probably Hamada. As much as Hamada threw Sarnoff and Emmerich under the bus in Johnny Depp's trial, I still think he was one of the people responsible for keeping Ezra and Amber around. And that's the other thing is, you have a situation with Amber, that's a quick, easy fix. Right? She's only in the movie for 20 minutes.
Get out. Just fire her.
Get her out. Get her out of the
out.
movie. Get Amelia Clark in there, shoot those scenes, get it done and
Yeah.
over with. It's going to be a bigger issue to deal with the Flash situation, but I'm assuming we'll hear something sooner than later.
Is the Flash character an adult? He's an adult, right?
Yeah.
Technically, yes. Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, well, you know why I asked? Spider-Man character, technically speaking, is a high school kid. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we know that we would never see a drawing of the Spider-Man character, even if he was partially getting dressed or putting on his Spidey suit. We would never see a nude drawing of Spider-Man, who constantly changes in and out of his suit. But this was just maybe one of the most awkward, drawings of that character that I've ever seen in my life. I don't think I've ever seen anything so
Yeah,
weird.
no, I don't think they would do anything like that with Spider-Man. No.
Mhm.
I don't think they would ever do that with Spider-Man.
He
But then
usually
again,
has it on
yeah.
his costume on underneath, but at the same time, like, yeah, no.
But he's
Like-
also
The
very
Flash is never really in that position either, though, right? Like,
Shouldn't
No,
technically
right?
be.
no. That's why he has the ring.
He's
I
the
mean, it's
fucking
very
Flash. You
awkward.
shouldn't. You
Yeah.
wouldn't see that.
You wouldn't
That's the
see
thing.
it. You wouldn't
Mhm.
see it. Like that's the thing. I don't know. It's
I mean,
just
unless
very
that's the
weird.
joke they're trying to run with here. I don't know. But we got a couple of super chats before we go. One from ActionCom here, starting with off.
Yeah, that's for so why don't you take that, my dear?
yeah, ActionCom for a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, ActionCom. That's so generous of you. We so appreciate it. Have you ever seen the 18 creator Stephen J. Cannell's television show Silk Stockings? Yes, I have seen Silk Stockings.
I love that show.
I
Oh,
haven't
it's
seen it.
awesome.
Didn't
have
they
to
remake
watch
that a little
it.
while ago?
I'm not sure.
It was either a remake or a new version or something like that. I thought of it, but
I know the
He says it's a
original
90s
is
show about
awesome.
detectives who take down femme fatales, and it seems like your type of show. And you know what, ActionCom? It is my type of show.
Oh, you know what? Steeg just told me about this series like not too long ago, and he was
It
like, "You would
is-
love it," and I was like, "Oh, I think I would," because I love that dude because he was in Marilyn's
Oh,
Place.
so
I
hot.
fucking love that guy.
Yeah, you will
Ugh.
love it. That show is I watched that so many times for like cheap entertainment. 'cause I
good.
couldn't afford cable.
Were you
Good.
ladies into Melrose Place too? Because
Yeah.
Oh,
I watched
God,
it all over the
yeah.
place.
That was a
I watched
fad.
90210. I watched.
Yeah.
Oh, on down to the wig pulling off scene. You remember that?
Yes, I fucking love that shit. That's so good.
Thank you, Action Com.
Yeah, thanks, Action Com. Thanks for
Thank
reminding me about
you.
this because I remember Steve told me to watch this show, and I was like,
Silk
okay,
stockings.
Silk stockings.
I'm gonna have to remember
The
this.
opening credits is awesome.
Mhm. Oh,
I
love that
I
too.
saw that because Steve sent it to me like on YouTube, and I was like, this is fucking awesome.
oh.
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. I'm gonna have to watch that show at some point. God, there's so much stuff to see.
I know.
Such good stuff. We have Jen Karia
Jen
for
Karia?
$9.99, a super sticker. Do we know what that is?
You.
Thank you for that
Oops, I didn't
generous
grab
super
it.
sticker.
Hold on, I'll look just in case. Dang it.
Do we have? I'm trying to
I
scroll
know.
up too. Oh, number one fan, little teal guy jumping up and down. Says number
Oh,
one on his belly. Number one
you.
fan.
So
Yeah, I
much.
found it at the same time you did.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sweet.
Thank you so much, Jen. And then we have 200 Watt Studios again.
200 Watt Studios for 2. Thank you. It says most predators were abused. Don't excuse them. No, who's excusing them? Nobody's
No,
excusing them.
that's not the
We're just
point.
saying there's an there's
vicious
an
circle
origin
that needs to
story
be
and there's-
broken.
Exactly. There's a vicious circle, and I hate it. But I want to expose that because knowing is half the battle. So
G.I. Joe. Okay.
I just was gonna go there.
Yeah. I don't have that one. I got the more you know.
the more
More you know.
Use the rainbow. It's shooting stars.
it's Pride Month, so
Oh,
The more
Lord.
you know.
There we go.
And then we got Mr. Mystery.
I think it's a
Let's see. Is it you?
Is it me?
Yes.
Mr. Mystery for a $2 super chat. Batman was going down on Fish Girl.
No,
it was
Catwoman.
It was Catwoman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Catwoman. Yeah. Can't
Get your
unsee that.
vaginas right. God damn it.
Yeah, he was eating puss. It was.
I don't even
great.
know a fish girl.
Wait, who the fuck is Fish Girl? I'm confused.
Exactly. I don't even know. No, unless you're talking about Mara. And yeah,
Oh,
she always smells
Mira.
like tuna.
Oh yeah, gross. No, no.
Yeah, I don't want to date her.
Ugh.
That's why we let Aquaman have her.
Yeah, because nobody. Never mind.
Throw her back.
Aquaman is so good.
Throw her back. She's like a fucking old boot.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
200 Watt Studio for a
Yes.
$2 super chat says he's the Flash, not the Flasher. Thank you, 200 Watt.
He's
Studio.
both.
Mm.
Oh
And
god.
the puncher and the choker
Yeah.
and the,
Rumor.
whatever else are, yes.
The salad and chair tosser.
Yeah. The spitter. He
Wee. Oh.
spat on some dude for singing karaoke they didn't like.
Yeah. I read
Yeah,
about
he even
that.
sucks as a non-binary man. He can't even swallow.
Oh, hey-o.
Ooh, hey, Frank.
Wait,
let's see.
I need to do this. There we go.
That's good.
I think that's supposed to be Lance Corporal waffles for $1.99. Thank you so very much. No, you replace Mara with King Shark.
Ooh, that would be great.
I did like King Shark. That
I
was one of
dig
the
that.
few parts of the Suicide Squad that I liked.
I love the Suicide Squad.
I liked it too. I dig that. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says, Nina, you'll love Silk Stockings. The police captain is the guy that was a human-looking Klingon in trouble with tribbles.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
interesting.
I think I'll like it just because that guy's super hot there.
Oh, he's so hot. Oh, God, he's so hot.
And also, I just love the 90s. Like, all the 90s shows were so good.
It was a great show.
Oh, my God. I think it's you.
Yes, 200 Watt Studio for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I wasn't saying you were excusing them. I said it doesn't excuse them. I agree with you. Well, thank you, 200 Watt Studio.
Yeah, thanks to 100 Watt Studios.
Yes.
No, I
Thank
agree.
you.
But I mean, it's good to clarify sometimes because you never know, some people misunderstand and we definitely don't want to excuse that shit. So,
Right.
Mhm.
Let's see. We have Action Com. Love that avatar because I love Lethal Weapon. Says
Mhm.
Silk Stockings is available for free on YouTube. Oh,
ooh, good
even
to
better.
know.
Even
Nice.
better.
Like all
Okay.
episodes. I'm so excited. That's awesome.
And Mecca J for a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Mecca J. So generous tonight. We so appreciate it. Have you guys heard about the recent controversy surrounding the Spider-Man fan film called Spider-Man Lotus? Apparently, the actors' old messages had them saying something racially insensitive.
I'd never heard of this movie.
I didn't hear the movie,
I
and
know
I
a
didn't
little bit about it.
hear anything about offensive language or connects past. What exactly did the guy
All
say?
right, something to do with the director of this Spider-Man fan film. That even got some promotion from John Watts. People had uncovered some previously racist comments he had made. I don't know specifically if they were on Twitter or where. And then I guess I don't know the specifics after that. If he went and he's also was being called out for talking some shit about John Watts and some other things, and I don't know. I don't agree with people like digging into people's past like that, and depending on how bad it was. I don't know specifically what was said. Some people are saying he used the N-word in some way.
I don't
Warren
like
Watts
it
Studios,
when
man.
people throw that stuff around because there's plenty of people who said racially insensitive things. It's not the end of the world. It's not, a criminal offense.
I
if
mean,
that
here's
happens.
my thing is I guess people, my whole point is people do change and sometimes, they can learn from their mistakes. But in this case, it sounds like this guy ended up doubling down in some way, somehow. I don't know if he made an excuse that people didn't like. I don't know the specifics after that. I was becoming aware of this situation today, and I didn't get to follow up on it. So, but that's my understanding of the situation so far is that it was a fan film that was actually being promoted by John Watts, and then some old tweets or something like that were uncovered about the director had said that were considered racist, and I guess he just doubled down on it or some shit. I have no idea.
I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for that super chat, though. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you. Side note that's kind of funny, just to brighten the mood a little bit. So the other night it was late and I went on Netflix and I saw that Snoop Dogg had a comedy special. So I was like,
Really?
The
I'm gonna
what?
press play on this because what the F is this? And it was like, yeah, so like Snoop Dogg has a comedy special now on Netflix, but it's like he doesn't do the comedy. He like sings and he MCs and stuff, and a bunch of comedians come and do the comedy. Now, some of the comedians weren't terrible, especially the woman was freaking awful, but there was a couple that were really good, and one of the jokes was really like not woke, and it was really funny, and the guy was like, I'm not going to say the whole word because I mean, obviously he can say it and I can't, but he was saying that he's like, I miss the days when we could mess around with racism, like even with jokes. Like I would go to the park and I would like, make fun of white people by telling them that like, I would go to the dog park and I would tell them that my dog's missing. And it'd be like, oh, we'll help you find your dog. What's your dog's name? And he'd be like, my dog's name is N-word. And like, they'd be like, we're not going to help you look for your dog. Like we can't say the word like, N-word, come here. Like, like it was like this whole thing. And the way that the guy said it was just so funny because he's like talking about how they can't even be racist anymore either and mess around with white people. And they're having a hard time not doing that as comedians. So I thought it was pretty funny. There was a couple of really, really good jokes, but otherwise it was pretty freaking woke. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
The woke comedy parts were bad, but the not woke comedy parts were freaking fantastic.
Yeah, the real
Interesting.
comedy parts, man. If
Yeah.
y'all heard anything that Paul Mooney used to put out, you lose your freaking minds. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
It
he
was
used to
some
write
of it
for
was
Richard Pryor, for fuck's sake.
good.
All right. Well, with that, I believe we're all wrapped up here. Unless there was
Yes.
anything else you ladies had to talk about.
No, that was pretty much it.
No, that's it. Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
show.
Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Sure to appreciate the heck out of it.
Yeah. And I guess he did put out a tweet apologizing, but what really ran into the wall was that I guess somebody had put out some DMs about him saying that Spider-Man No Way Home was garbage or some shit. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, the Gervais special was
Yeah.
fantastic.
I
I
love
haven't
Gervais.
seen
I
that
love him.
yet. I saw
I want to,
Lorena.
I
yeah.
saw clips of it and I was on the floor. That's
I love him.
that's on my
Lorena.
list.
Yes, you
That's on my
gotta
list.
watch it. You gotta watch it. So
I
good.
love him so much.
We need more. We need more
Yes.
anti-woke comedy like Ricky
Yes,
Gervais.
we
just
really
need
do.
more.
I love him.
All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the super chats and the support from
Thank you.
the members. The likes and the shares also help, guys. Don't ever forget that. And don't think you can't help, even if you can't help financially, because those always help more than you know. And yeah, so Nina, anything you'd like to plug before we head out the door?
Yes, please go to my channel and watch my video about Ezra Miller if you want to know the history of especially what led him down to becoming a star and everything, like his childhood and all that kind of stuff. Check out part 1 of my video. It's being shadow banned. They've deleted views. It's a whole craziness. So, YouTube doing its own thing and blah, blah, blah. So go and give it a watch. And also tomorrow, catch me on The Real BBC. Thank you. Toxic Fam, as always, is amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. And Lorena, anything you've got going on?
Yeah, I have a couple things going on. Actually, today I just it's actually just put this up. I love how
Oh
that
my
Awesome.
God, that's great.
Oh my
That's
gosh, wait, whose face is in
fantastic.
there?
Isn't that awesome?
That's
Whose face is
fantastic.
in there?
Is that you?
That's you.
That's you,
Oh my
or
gosh,
that's you.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Oh
didn't
my
even
God,
recognize
that's so
herself.
wonderful. No, I didn't know it was me. I just
Yes.
I love it. Can you send me that, Tom?
I don't have it. I think Lorena does. If
I
I do,
have
I'll
it.
send it to you.
I can
Oh, he
send
sent it to me too. All right. Yeah, I got
Or
it.
Nina, did you do it?
Okay.
No, that was Mr. That was Douglas Nelson. I got
Yeah.
it for you.
Oh my gosh,
Douglas
thank you.
Nelson.
He does some
Oh my
great,
gosh,
great,
thank you
great
so
stuff.
much.
He's
How did
awesome
you
stuff.
know? Gosh.
He's
Think
like
you
our
had it
resident memer here.
Mhm.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
But yes, as you were saying, Lorena, you have
Yes,
what going on?
for myself. So actually today I just dropped a video regarding Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando. A speculation map is out. So I kind of talk about some of the houses that may be appearing, including the ones that are confirmed. So please do check out that video. I also did a watch party for the movie Avatar with her and a
How'd
bunch
you
of
like
other
it?
folks. And it was all right.
Okay.
It was
Like,
all
what do you
right.
give it out of 10?
I'd give it a 7.5.
All right.
I give it a 7.5.
All
It was fun. I don't know what was more fun, watching it with and folks from my members, or laughing at all the dances with Smurfs jokes
Yes,
that
there's
were
so
all
many jokes.
through the whole
So many
thing.
jokes.
So please check that out on the replay. Tomorrow, of course, is the tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm on M's channel actually.
Yes.
Tomorrow, talking about Good Luck Leo Grande, the movie that's on Hulu that I started watching and that I have to finish watching because the main actor is absolutely freaking delicious. So I'm going to finish watching that. Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. over on Drunk 3PO's Basement, the Dark Council will be convening, and we have got a whole heck of a lot to talk about. So please do
Yeah, there's a
join
lot to talk
myself,
about.
Drunk 3PO, Fatal J, Gospel Corner Mark with the C, Lord Callus, Abu Nas. Did I say Demanjanai?
Lorena, speaking of Drunk 3PO, just shout out to Drunk 3PO because he stopped by my chat
Oh,
while I was reviewing Terror on the Prairie. with that someone special, and they commented. So I
Oh,
was like, oh
wow.
my
That's so
God.
cool.
That is so awesome.
It was so cool. So tell him I say hi and give him my love.
I
Okay.
sure will. I sure will. That's going to be a absolute fire show. So
Mhm.
definitely between the Dallas meetup and the last episode of Kenobi dropping, it's gonna be an on fire
Ooh, oh
chat.
my God, I
So
forgot that that's dropping.
that's
Ooh.
right. That's dropping. So
Mhm.
that's gonna happen Thursday over on Twitch, 5 p.m. Eastern. Toxic Male Appreciation Show. And we're going to be talking about the boys from the show, The Boys.
Yeah.
So yeah, drop in and check that out. Friday, I'm off. Saturday, no theme park stream in the morning. However, 7 p.m. Eastern, along with OG Star Wars and maybe a couple drop-ins from the Dark Council, we are going to be reviewing the Kenobi series. So I haven't done any videos on it
Like the
because I
whole series?
The whole series.
whole series. I wanted to wait until it was complete before I started opining on it. So that's going to be on my channel, 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And of course, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern is the Welcome to Florida show and all kinds of crazy ass Florida man stories. Please do come out and check that out. Oh, and for those of you into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, JoJo is now a Florida reference as well.
Oh my God. Wait,
Yes.
Lorena, what is that channel called again? Drunk 3PO's Basement?
Drunk 3PO's Basement. Yes.
I'm going to get the link right now.
Yes. So that is the permanent home of the Dark Council. All right. I know that was long as hell. I wouldn't put people to sleep.
That's what she said. Oh my God.
Anything you got going on?
Yes. Of course, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you can find me on the 1/6 Scale Man Network, either on Say What or Uncivilized Scoundrels. And as Lorena mentioned, this Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Positive Fandom, we're going to be reviewing Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. It is a steamy film, guys. You definitely want to catch this review. Lorena is going to be joining me, and we're going to be talking about everything and anything in this film. It is an adult film, so definitely check it out. And of course, on Thursdays, you can find me with Lorena on Toxic Male Appreciation, and we are doing The Boys from the Boys. It's also going to be pretty hot, guys. So you want to check that out too. Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern. You can find me on Midnight's Edge in the morning with Tom and with Andre. Fridays and Saturday nights, sometimes you can find me on the PGS network, the Post Geek Singularity, streaming with Robert Meyer Burnett on Midnight Musings. And on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me for my Sunday run show on Positive Fandom Live, where we do all the parlay and the fandom. And also for people who have channels, come on in. We promote everybody's channel on the show. Hope to see you guys there. So please do check it out and subscribe to Positive Fandom.
Woo!
Absolutely, because we have got to get to 1,000 subs. So
yes,
please,
I need to get to 1,000 subs. I need help.
And watch her videos.
Hang on, did we put that link in the hold on? Positive Fandoms.
Help me out there.
Yes,
you guys are my only hope.
Oh,
Help me.
You guys, we're at 816 subs. We can get her there.
We can definitely
get me
definitely
there.
Get her there.
Get me there.
And watch her content.
Thank you guys in the chat and everybody. It's such a pleasure to do this show on Monday nights with you guys. It's so wonderful.
Be sure to subscribe to RM.
So yes, check out all the ladies and their channels. And with that, I bid you adieu and say karate with infinite patience. You and I are rare people. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.